Okay, we have a green box. We have a live counter ticking up. I'm going to assume that means we are live, or very shortly will be. That, of course, means welcome back to the Storytime Network. It's Sunday, and we're here to play some more D&Ds.
Woohoo!
I'm going to zoom that map in just a little bit, because it was looking small on OBS. So, last time out we had quite the nice nature walk. Hope nothing goes badly this session.
Yeah, here's open.
Sorry, I just read a thing. A friend of mine held a door open for some people who were also leaving the place they were at, but they used the door next to her.
Oh man.
Instead. That's so funny. Anyway.
That's cruel.
That was awful.
Right.
Like, did they actually notice your friend, or did they just ignore them?
It was the door next, like literally the adjacent door.
But like, were they like talking to each other and just missed that your friend had held the door open, or did they actually look at your friend and go, "No, we're using our own door"?
Unless they were blind in one eye and looking away in the other, I doubt they couldn't not notice her.
They have been known to do that.
People.
Just not see things in front of me.
But yeah, it's still.
I mean, it's still funny, whatever the reason. But anyway, take us away, Kano.
I've got the fucking giggles now. Oh, okay. So, last we left our heroes. Aldane, the half-elf paladin. Felix, I nearly said Millington. Felix, the Electric painter. Daron, the Genasi rogue. And Seamus, the half-elf bard. The four of you, and in addition to Tora, made your way through the range, the fields of Cordis, on your way to the capital. As you were traversing the landscape, you came across your first major challenge, which was a rushing river. Although, to be fair, you made good use of it, as you were able to forage for some mushrooms and get some fish through Aldane and Tora spearfishing, as well as Daron and Felix using their shocking grasp. As you sort of made your way along, you eventually came upon the idea of realizing that if you were to go the long way around, it would just take a lot of time. And Seamus came upon the realization that he can, in fact, help you guys make your way across. With some magical know-how, he was able to fabricate a bridge. It's a very good spell, by the way. It's really good to just cheese the game.
Yep.
Imagine the amount of chess sets he could make that you can just sell off. Or knives. Anyway.
Go full Skyrim, oh gosh.
Yeah, like, my friend did it in the campaign I played in before it ended. But anyway. But yes, you made your way across, and you continue... we're on your way to continue southward. And yeah, basically the last thing that happened before we ended was the four gods of Soramu, or Tenoyama, basically came to you all in dreams. The Byakko for Aldane was the least helpful, because he's kind of just that sort of guy.
He literally just stopped by and said sup, and dipped. And that's it.
He said, well, shit. Good for you, I guess, or shit. Anyway, bye.
He's the kind of person you'd pour your heart out to him, and he'd just be like, "Hey, I'm really sorry to hear about that."
Or good for you, I guess.
Or I'm really glad. I don't know. I don't really care. He's the kind of guy who'd get a TLDR for a TLDR. But anyway. So, yeah, he said that. Thankfully, the other gods drastically more helpful. Genbu and the Suzaku especially, since they trusted at least one of the two, would already be telling you what you need to know, or at least various bits of information, which included things like being able to even just visit Saramu in a dream, which is very surreal considering you've never been there before. But they also told you about how the Pantheon as a whole is seemingly being disturbed, such as Pludral, the god of balance, basically being unable to be found. Like, there's not even any leftover presence to be found. You know, it's like he's basically gone off the grid, which is very worrisome considering it's a fucking god.
We got a balance of that. Balance is quite necessary.
In canon, I would argue that balance is just as the god of balance in terms of rating would be just as important as the major three gods.
Yeah.
You know, the god of land, sea, and sky.
Mm-hmm.
Considering
It's
he's
like-
kind of
It's the Rayquaza to Kyogre and Groudon.
yeah, like
Mhm.
that's and how appropriate that they're both dragons. But yeah, that was actually intentional, by the way. But yeah, that's basically how important it is that he's unfound, currently not be
Off the grid.
They can't be found.
Yeah.
Yeah. In addition, you got to just be told other things, and they gave you words of encouragement, and then let you continue your sleep. Dairon, however, as they spoke to say to you, gave them some words of encouragement about how, and let them know a bit more about Tempest in their younger years. How they were originally the top dog of their monastery until Akura, when he came back, basically clowned on her so bad that she kind of left in shame, went to Tiral to find out why he was so strong, and then eventually sort of accepted that she was where she was at in life. Meanwhile, you got to see Akura basically seemingly doing some sort of resistance effort, like Assassin's Creed style killing people. And yeah, it was all a bit crazy. And yeah, that was it. So I'm gonna say, just for the sake's sake, 'cause I think we did all the watches anyway. It is the next day. You've all awoken.
Are we
Felix is-
doing? Sorry, are we doing? The word I was looking for. Lehman's tiny hut. So we're not doing watches.
I think
that was it.
yeah,
Like,
I think we
that
had
was why you
Tiny
didn't need to
Hutted,
watch,
yeah.
because Seamus cast Tiny Hut.
And so did Mill once.
Yeah, and he wasn't happy to find out Seamus could do it.
I wasn't,
Sorry.
because Seamus gets his spell slots back on a rest. I don't. I have to find ink.
Just find a squid, milk it.
Ugh.
A squid out in the forest.
Yeah.
Basically Western Europe. So yeah, you all awaken, or Felix was probably already awake. It depends on when he tranced.
He tranced first, I think.
Yeah.
And again, Felix gets to deal with the fact that he was technically dreaming.
Very unhappy about that. Dreams have not gone well for Felix in past experiences.
How does Felix trance, by the way? Like, what pose does he take? Does he actually just meditate, or? Because I will say, Akura and Rua are meant to be weird because they actually lay in a bed, and they don't, meditate pose or anything like that. They actually look like they're sleeping.
I get the feeling Felix sits straight upright, just staring blankly with a smile on his face to just creep people out.
Oh, so like Gandalf. when-
Yeah,
Was
Gandalf.
it Pippin tried to steal the orb?
Yeah. Like the whole sleeping with eyes open thing, just to mess with people.
But yeah, so you're all the hut has ended. You are awake. It is the morning has come. And yeah, the 5 of you are out in the forest.
By the way,
Can't
do I need
forget
to roll anything to read the Plural book? Because that is something that Felix would have done upon waking up.
Well, when are you reading it? Oh, you're reading it at night, aren't you?
Yeah. Well,
I
reading it
believe I
when
had.
reading it while waking, reading it while waiting for everybody else to wake up, basically.
I believe I had Aldane. Yeah, he did 3 intelligence checks.
Mm-hmm.
If you had religion, I would allow you to use religion, but
I do
since
not.
you aren't proficient in it, because none of you took it, although to be fair, religion only matters with the gods and demons, and thankfully a lot of the times when you're being given info about gods, everyone's very forthright about it.
Mm.
So yeah, just
Yep.
roll ins.
3 times.
Yes.
1, 2, 3.
So a lot of it's over your head, especially because you're not you've not really studied on the religion. I would say you've not really studied on the religion and culture of dragons,
Yeah.
and also just the ancient history, because we're talking very ancient history, before Christ era, in a sense.
Yeah.
And I know that period of history, as all of that history is studied, but I mean it's especially because with the tone of the book, it's a bit hard to tell if some of this is really factual and if it's not the author's biases.
Mm-hmm.
Kind of. Is this more like Bronze Age collapse BC or
Or Roman
like
end of the Roman Republic BC.
just before? Yeah, just before.
This is some of it. To be fair, it's quite wide spanning. The book is actually quite thick. The context actually covers the span of centuries. So it's one of them
It's one of those rise of Ur to fall to the fall of Alexander's empire, basically.
It's almost like a theogony, but for history.
Yeah. It goes over how Pludral met Hatayia, who, the planet is named after.
Mm-hmm.
And how they met, they fell in love, and were, basically were together. You find out that the royal guard of Hatayia, basically once his empire basically collapsed, they all spread across the far corners of the world to basically wait for his second coming, ready to basically greet him to so we can get accustomed to what has gone on in the world.
Mm-hmm.
Because apparently, everyone of Hatayia's lineage and the people he was around were known as Omni-Elves, which were effectively elves that were pretty much the progenitors of modern elven race. Your ancestors, Felix, came from them in some capacity. Well, that's if your family lineage was originally always on the planet and weren't from the Feywild.
Yeah.
But otherwise, yeah, to be fair, the book also mentions if an elf has a quarter of different races, they are also considered an omni-elf. So it's more of a vague term rather than it was it's this specific people. It's a bit more varied.
So it's like Middle Eastern.
Kind of, yeah. It would be, say, if oh, bless you.
Thank you.
Sounded like a dog barking.
I thought somebody was whispering
say,
creepily.
It'd be like, say, if someone, I don't know, had Dutch, French, Spanish,
Mm-hmm.
An English heritage. That would be the classification.
Yeah.
as you know, for. But yeah, it's one of them though. Each member of the Royal Guard was given a moon blade. However, the captains of the Royal Guard, the ones that, because there was more than one, every time they died, they passed on their weapon. So that by the time it was given to Hatayia, because Hatayia wasn't actually like ready to rule at the time, it would so by the time he got the weapon, it would have enough things, basically powers inside, so it would be worthy of him to wield.
Right.
Because from what it tells you, every time someone dies, the next holder of the weapon basically gets a new ability from the sword.
So one for all.
Yeah, pretty much. Like, you know, one person who dies, the next holder of that weapon, the sword might become, say, a finesse weapon.
Yeah.
The next one might let you actually consider it like a throwing weapon.
Yeah.
And yeah, it's by the time the problem is you're really having to comb over it because there's so much like terminology that you're having to repeatedly refer to the glossary of the book.
Yeah. So it's typical academic writing, basically.
Yeah, but it is very hard, especially because like you're trying to pass a mixture of cultures that you aren't really familiar in any of.
Yeah.
Like, you are proficient in history, if I recall, right?
No, I am not.
Oh, so that's even worse. So yeah, it's like, you know, it's like giving someone who never studied in history, like, again, it's a lot of it is really hard to pass. And by the time like everyone wakes up, you aren't even like a tenth of the way through the book.
Yeah. Can I just say, as somebody who has studied history, bold of you to assume that people who study history, you know, understand any of what they read.
But you know what I mean?
Yeah, I do.
Like,
I do. I just wanted to make the joke.
We've all been in situations where we've had to read something terrible.
Yep.
Imagine giving, imagine giving fucking a law major a book on like ancient Chinese history and expecting them to write a report on it.
Or a religious studies major a physics article.
Yeah, it's. But yeah, it is tricky, especially since you aren't proficient in history or religion.
I was about to say, but I am proficient in nature.
Yeah.
Or a business major with the Book of ABCs.
But yeah, that's again, you're not even really a tenth through the book.
Yeah.
It's
okay.
That like.
I can keep reading then, at some point.
Mm-hmm.
And then time to get on with the day.
You're all awake. You're all ready to go. I hope, because I mean, you've not really got anything else to do if you don't move.
Mm-hmm.
So as I take it, because you're about sort of here on the map, you're passing along each river, aren't you? Going south.
Yes.
Southwest. So yeah, you continue along. Give me perception checks, all of you, as you sort of keep a lookout through the forest, because it's the foliage is starting to get denser as you go in. Aldane's popping off.
Natural 5 and 6.
Oh god, them nat ones on the other side.
Yeah, one's back.
Really lucky I got a roll.
Oh yeah, I forgot to mention
my perception's
in the
horrible
recap.
there.
I forgot to mention in the recap, Dylan got 3 nat ones.
Yeah, it was bad.
That was funny.
I was getting fucked up last session.
You were malding.
I would be, to be fair.
He was coping and seething and molding.
Mm-hmm.
So, Aldane, maybe it's because your talk with with the god who's chosen you was very short. but you're quite alert. You're pretty ready. You're taking the lead quite confidently. You sort of like, using your sword to cut through any bits of bramble or tree, like foliage that's a bit awkward. And yeah, you're just getting along pretty well.
Just
Seamus
imagine
and Felix.
I just
you're
imagine
sort of like. Sorry, go ahead.
I just imagine Aldane just like looking at the rest of us like, what the hell's up with you?
I mean, Dairon's not far behind, but Dairon, you're not doing well. You're not terrible, but it's one of them like if you could be doing better than this.
Yeah.
But hey, Aldane seems to be doing very well, so you can afford to be a bit slacky. You can afford to slack a bit.
I'm still thinking about what Syracuse said to me.
Yeah. Imagine Felix is like, wait, so then, all them elves like made mod. I don't know.
I feel like Felix is talking to Dairon about this, and Dairon's just nodding their heads like, this is not something I understand at all.
Just rambling, rambling on and on about the Plural book, and just, not expecting answers, just, needs a way to talk through his thoughts.
Does that mean my parents are related? But yeah, you make your way along. It's a while before you really see anything. Like, the forest is almost uncomfortably quiet. Like you, Aldane, especially because you're taking the lead, you barely hear anything. The most you see is, like, the very occasional squirrel. And maybe, like, a deer. It's really unnerving. And it's probably like over an hour of just walking and talking to each other. And eventually you let me just actually make sure. So it's about that far away. Oh no, I'm wrong actually. Yeah, it's probably like an hour or two of walking, and you still don't really see much in sight. And yeah, you're just all sort of like, you're all starting to get a bit hungry because, you've gone hours of walking without eating.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm going to ask, do you dip into your food preserves? Gents?
Do we know how far away from the river we are, from the next river?
So from where you started, it was about 7 hours, and you're only 2 hours in.
Right.
So you're only like, not even halfway. Do you stop and like forage, or do you just start eating and like take a small break?
I think we should probably forage first.
Yeah.
So Tora's gonna forage because he's actually the one who has survival.
Yep.
I always forget Seamus has bardic inspiration, doesn't he?
Yep.
Yes, I do.
He can just
I use it whenever we get into combat usually, but does it have other uses?
You can use it for skill checks.
Yeah.
It's one of them you can pop bardic inspiration like Tic Tacs if you know you're not going to be in fights.
Don't they come back on a short rest too?
Yeah.
No, only long rest.
Yeah, it is. It's a short rest, Dylan.
Is it? Is it really? I think it's like at a certain level.
Read your character sheet.
You gain any expended uses when you finish a long or short rest. That's for my painter's inspiration, so I assume it's the same for the bardic inspiration.
You regain any expended uses when you finish a long rest.
It's
It
further
doesn't
down
say
on
short
the...
rest.
You've probably not put it on your character sheet then, because it does actually... You were already past that level. It's like level 5, or maybe even level 3.
Well, if you don't want to use bardic inspiration, I'll give out painter's inspiration.
That'll cost you ink. Just use the
No,
bard.
it doesn't cost
We'll
me
use
ink.
the bardic
It
inspiration.
doesn't cost me ink, thankfully.
Like, it does that. You should put it in your sheet, really, at this point.
So it should be after a short and long rest.
It should be a short or long rest.
Okay.
Tora has a painter's inspiration. Go wild.
Yeah. Font of Inspiration. When you reach level 5, you regain all of your bardic inspiration when you finish a short or long rest.
Oh, that's the font of inspiration. That's what. Okay, I get it.
And then next level you get, and then at level 6 you get Counter Charm, the dead level.
Yeah, it's so bad.
Well,
I don't understand that.
To be fair, you get Counter Charm at the same time as you get your Bard College feature, so it's not a complete dead level.
Yeah.
It's still a useless ability.
It really is.
In my years of playing and watching D&D campaigns, I've only seen a Bard use Counter Charm once, and he didn't even get to finish it off because he weren't allowed to.
Anyway, Tora now has painter's inspiration, so go for it.
Draw dick put on his left shoulder. Because he is shirtless, by the way. He didn't get a chance to put his shirt back on. So, survival.
Ooh.
D8, isn't it?
D8, yes. Well,
21's still good.
Yep.
So, Tora sort of goes off on his own. And probably after like 5 minutes, he comes back with like a handful of stuff. Let me make a roll what he actually has. The dice roll has been stupid. 1 second. Here we go. Oh, very high. Okay. Alright then. So, when he comes back, he finds another truffle. You guys are going to be fucking raking it when you get back to civilization. And he also finds 3 poisonous mushrooms.
right.
Actually, give me nature, I should say. No, you recognize a lot of the mushrooms. Ignore me.
Right.
Yeah, you recognize 1 truffle. So you've got 2 truffles. You find 3 poisonous mushrooms and 5 edible mushrooms. And there you go.
So 13 mushrooms, 2 truffles, and 2 fish.
Well, make sure one of them. Make sure you do a separate category for poisonous, because unless you want to eat those as well, you know.
No, I've been separating out the edible mushrooms and the poisonous ones. I've been keeping track of how many poisonous mushrooms we've got, but
you might want to put them in people's food, or I don't know. I don't know.
I mean, I could
interrogate someone by force feeding them mushrooms.
Could give them to Darren and see what they can do with it.
What? I thought you were going to say to let them eat it. You're a genasi, you can eat these, right?
Yeah, sure, I guess. I don't know. We'll find out, I guess.
Darren just starts frothing at the mouth.
So is it good, bad? Anyway, how much of our mushrooms and fish would it cost to make, a meal for the 5 of us?
I mean, you could take 1 fish and share it between 2 of you, if you were to use quite a few mushrooms to make up for it.
Yeah.
Like you could do. To be fair, there's 5 of you though.
Mm-hmm.
But you could do both your fish to feed 4 of you. With like a mushroom each, 2 mushrooms each to go with that, and then the 5th person could have about, I want to say 4 mushrooms. It depends on if you want to eat the truffle as well, because that changes things.
Yeah. Would any of us know if truffles were, a big deal? Or would we just see it as
Darren
food?
would know. If you mentioned it was a truffle, Darren would probably be like, cha-ching, cha-ching, cha-ching.
Yeah, I've definitely, either stolen truffles or, seen
I would say
truffles.
I would say unless you were part of a high-ranking bit of the group, Dairon, you would have only really worked with truffles. Unless you were to steal them. Because, like... Yeah. But yeah, you would know what truffles are, though, and you'd probably know, or would have told the party how valuable they are.
Yeah, I don't think I would hide this.
I mean, you're not that kind of person anymore.
Am I, though?
You are. Let's be real.
So
yeah,
basically, save the truffles until we, absolutely have no choice but to eat them.
Yes.
So we're basically using up both of our remaining fish and 12 of our 13 mushrooms.
Sadly. Well, it can be a mushroom. Yeah, 2 mushrooms and half a fish, and then 4 mushrooms for the one person. So yeah. It'd be like that.
All right then.
So give me a dexterity check, Dairon, to deal with the food. I assume one of you is helping Dairon.
Yep.
Can't find my cursor. There's my cursor. Oh, sorry, saving throw.
You avoid the mushrooms. They're actually fireballs.
18.
So, you dexterously cut the mushrooms into fine pieces that will be... Yeah, you can prepare them well. You've cut the fish. Excuse me, and then split them in half. So that you can, enjoy them with your meal. Mm-hmm. And you have the food there. Actually, what was the thing I said for cooking again?
I think I was the one who...
Intelligence, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, intelligence.
Because I was the one who did it, so...
Give me an int check, then. Don't forget, you can always just... Again, if you want to, like... Oh,
can I help?
Okay.
Can I help
late.
since I'm doing the... Okay.
He's made the roll.
Okay. In the future, could I help with this?
I'd say sure, or someone else could just help him. So yeah, you're all eating the food, and like the fish is all right.
I lost concentration partway through because I was still rambling on about Pluderol.
Like the fish is a fair bit overcooked, and some of the mushrooms have been overdone, so they're not really pleasant to like eat. They're edible. You won't be ill from them, but
they're technically edible.
If you'd have rolled less than a 10, then the fish would have been undercooked to some degree. I mean, here's the thing: you can never complain about things being overcooked. It'd be different if they were undercooked.
Yeah.
I mean, we can't complain if it's turned into a mound of black charcoal, but other than that, yeah.
So yeah, it's not enjoy. You get your food. You get your food in you. You're not hungry. It's just not satisfying. It's it's like eating at Subway.
Eat fresh.
Or Burger King.
Have it your way.
Or McDonald's.
No. Dial it back. If Millard rolled a 13, sure, but no, he rolled an 11.
Are we sure it's not Taco Bell?
No, if it were Taco Bell, Mill would have had to roll a 6.
Or a 20.
No,
Anyway.
20 would mean he somehow conjured McDonald's fries when they're fresh. Anyway, hot takes about food aside, you then, you have your food, you've got your break. Do any of you talk amongst each other during this time? Or do anything? Because Because bearing in mind, you're only really meant to have like 8 hours a day of walking in D&D. Because any more and you start like risking exhaustion.
Mm-hmm.
But it won't be 8 hours journey because, like, you know, you do have to take breaks.
Mm-hmm.
Like, no normal person can do 8 hours of uninterrupted walking.
Yeah, no, your back would start hurting, and your feet would start hurting, and your knees would start, and so on.
Arms heavy, knees weak, mum's spaghetti.
Mom's spaghetti.
There's spaghetti on his sweater already. Mom's spaghetti. He's nervous on the surface. He looks mom's
yeah.
spaghetti.
You know.
Wake
So,
me
yeah.
up inside.
Reese's Puffs, Reese's Puffs.
No, Jack,
Yeah,
there's a specific thing that
Beat
Jack
him
and I
up, beat him
know.
up, beat him up.
But yeah, so, yeah, do any of you talk amongst each other while you eat and have your break?
Sure. So I don't know about the rest of you, but I had a very unhelpful dream from my divine sponsor.
Fairy, you showed me more about Tempest. That was fun.
Fun good or fun bad?
Neutral fun?
Okay then.
It just gave me a lot to think about.
Good sponsor.
Aldean sponsor, Raid Shadow Legends.
Yeah, actually, yeah.
We're just in the mood to meme today, aren't we?
Yeah.
I'm not complaining, I'm just observing.
Is Kaido ever not in the mood to meme?
Yeah.
No.
I can be.
I'm the
will
one
say-
that's never not in a mood to meme.
I will say, Aldean, it is frustrating when your sponsors tell you things and just kind of force you to think about it.
Yeah.
Here is a problem, deal with it.
Kinda, yeah. So, Aldean, I've been meaning to ask, how do you hope the reunion between you and Ariana is gonna go? Or is
Hopefully
that-
it'll occur after we've cleared our names. Because otherwise I don't want to think about it.
Do you think she'll trust you again?
I hope so.
Better hope Zaris isn't there when you meet back up. Oh boy.
Oh, I think Zaris will just kill Aldean on sight, honestly.
I'm pretty sure he's wanted to do that for quite a while now.
I mean, now he has a reason.
Yes, and I hope to make that reason null and void, but...
I mean, he already had a reason, it's just...
nothing I can do about that.
I feel like even if we clear our names, just the fact that we were interacting with Tora feels like, you know, an excuse for him.
Mm-hmm.
But hey, maybe you gained his respect in that fight, Aldean.
Maybe a tad.
What do you think, Tora?
What's that, sorry?
Never mind.
He looked like he was in deep... He caught him in deep thoughts.
Just do a close-up of his head, and it's actually the Rickroll song.
It's that meme that it's that meme sound from Free, the abridged series. It's like Haru's totally in this race. It's life is like a hurricane here in
Oh my god, the
Dunkirk.
Tail song.
But yeah, he just... Oh, you mean about getting back into society, was it?
Yeah.
I mean, I've been out of society for nearly 2 decades. I've not really thought about it at all, because, you know, I was supposed to be put to death.
Well, now that you are out, what's kind of on your bucket list?
Well, unless I have some sort of job lined up for me, I'll probably go back to what I was doing, you know, back in the day. Beating up strangers, taking the contents of the wallets, and then going about my day.
Have you considered taking a job as a gladiator?
No. Why would I do that?
Yeah, all day. Why would you do?
You'd get paid to beat people up.
He just sort of slowly frowns. I mean, I've been in Colosseum fights before, but besides, I never attacked strangers. The point was I'd deal with thugs. I only ever bullied the stupid rich, the rich idiots, and the thugs.
I do have a feeling though that Kuro will have a job for you.
Probably.
Which will probably
Almost
involve
certainly.
beating up idiots.
I mean, that's kind of our whole gig.
1 second, actually, out of character. Felix, you get a sending from Kuro. I heard you guys were talking about me.
Kuro, are you
No.
outside?
I'm in your walls. No. He just, yeah. I mean, he probably will have a job for me if he needs me that badly.
If he's getting us to get you out of prison, yeah.
And doesn't matter though if we can't clear our names, though, right?
Mm-hmm.
I'm sure Kuro is getting right on that.
Yep.
Kuro's just like asleep at the desk, feet kicked up. Gaius is just in the corner, like doing paperwork after having to like process all of the property damage from the burnt prison.
Kuro just sat back, just drinking a beer, just going, I feel like I'm forgetting something. If I can't remember, it wasn't that important. Cut to us out in the rain.
But yeah, I mean, you don't really know what he is doing, but I'm sure he's helping you guys. But yeah, he after you sort of say that to him, he sort of looks like he's going back into fort again. It doesn't really feel. From what you can tell, it seems like he doesn't really have much to add to the conversation. He has been out again, like quite a bit has changed around him since he's been out of, been in the joint.
Yeah.
If any of you have anything else to say to each other, or
Nothing
are we
specific.
moving on?
I think we're moving on.
Yeah, I think it's just mostly just like all like Dairon just kind of letting themselves be a sounding board for Felix.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, at that point, during that time, you could read the book a bit more, but the problem is, Felix, unless you like dedicate at least an hour of your time, you're not really gonna get much.
No, Felix will save it for wake up times. The
Good Night Story, the fall of the Hatayian Empire.
Good night, sun. Good night, moon. Good night, falling empire.
Shut up and go to sleep!
But yeah, so once you're all done, you pack up your things, get ready to leave.
Mm-hmm.
Oh no, oh for fuck's sake. There's a guy in front of my house who a couple of days ago was howling in the dead of night. I'm like howling like a wolf.
Interesting.
For any reason?
He howled. I think he saw me looking out the window, because who the fuck wouldn't look out the window? He walked off, and then I could hear him howl in the distance. Because apparently, I guess he was a werewolf, although, to my knowledge, it was a waxing crescent, so weren't a full moon.
Maybe we've got the whole werewolf thing wrong. Maybe they turn into wolves, at the waxing moon rather than the full moon.
Who knows? Well, anyway, aside from that, fuck. Anyway,
Or maybe he was just, off his head on something.
I wouldn't like to guess. So, you continue along. I will ask for another round of perception checks.
Nope.
Jesus Christ, that was worse. Oh my
Come back,
god.
bitches. I see everything.
Oh fuck! Polar fucking opposite of the last roll.
I'm now dragging Aldane into my rambling.
Jack. Again.
What?
Yeah.
So Jack, I'll ask you first. High or low?
Hi. Yes.
Jack, high or low for Gen? You can decide his fate.
Oh, okay. Let's go low.
Oof.
Oh, sorry, guys.
Even higher. So, Daron,
Yep.
as you're walking, you step into something very soft, quite warm.
Ah, fuck shit.
Indeed.
Well, we have prestidigitation on hand, right?
Seamus, in the distance, you see a bird that was leaving the direction of where it would have probably shat. So yes, it does answer the question. A bird does in fact shit in the woods. And yes, you can prestidigitate his foot off. Aldane, as you're walking, you actually trip over. You don't land in shit. I'm not like you got the high, but you look at what made you trip, and you see a body face down in the ground.
Well, that's our first interaction with another person.
Do you all inspect the body?
Yep. Investigation.
Yes. Anyone who can investigate.
Yes. Good roll.
Fuck yeah, I'm on a roll
Damn.
now.
So Aldane and Seamus, you examine the body.
Nope.
First of all, you both check if there's anything on their person. You find a note that's been a bit damaged. So you won't be able to read all of the contents. But as you're checking the rest of the body, you notice orange scale markings on like the back of the neck, like
Red
under
flag,
their
red flag, red
chin,
flag, red flag.
and like on the backs of the forearms. As you sort of lift up the clothes, you recognize these like scale markings. This was a Tarasked human. Like it is a human that was, given the quote unquote blessings.
Mm-hmm.
Lovely.
Do you read the note?
Yep. What language is it? Is it common?
Yeah, it's common. So you read the note, and quite a bit of it's damaged. Some of it's also been scribbled out. But from what you can gather, some of it mentions how this man was basically writing a sort of journal. Like, mostly just brief notes. But as it gets towards the end, the notes are a bit more frantic and a bit more crazed, I guess you could say. Like, basically they mention how animals are actively avoiding him, so he's not been able to get food, like, to hunt. He's had to, like, rely on, like, mushrooms. But from the description of the mushrooms, Felix, the mushrooms he describes that he's been eating are poisonous mushrooms.
That's
Which
probably how he died.
Poison mushroom! Poison mushroom!
To be fair, it was probably a blessing given his state.
Do we see any signs of the poisoning on his body?
So the particular mushroom that you've been finding in the area it's known to basically give you like dark blotches of skin, especially around sort of the torso and abdomen. And as if you don't end up curing the poison, or the only way you can deal with the mushroom is either to like cure it with some sort of antidote or magic, or you have to basically like, how do you describe it? Either you vomit it out, like vomit as much as you possibly can out, and then let it pass, or you basically like need to wait until it comes out of you. You know, pass it through the other way.
Yeah. Also, what I'm thinking about right now is that scene from Avatar: delectable tea or deadly poison.
Yes.
If the consumer, though, from what you know, Felix, if the consumer continues to eat these mushrooms or doesn't get actually checked because they aren't like in a sanitary environment, the blotches then sort of start to either spread in the body, or it can actually start causing organ failure. And yeah, then it leads you to death. You also know the symptoms get very aggravated if the person themselves is in a very high stress environment, or if they aren't of proper mental faculties. Like, it seems like their mental state actually does affect the poison.
I'm going to take a shot in the dark and say this guy died from poisoning.
Well, that would be the
quite
case
correct,
if it wasn't
Sir
for that
Watson.
massive stab wound in his chest. I'm kidding, no, probably poison.
I don't know. The rate he was eating the mushrooms in his mental state, he probably died from the poison before he would have died from the stab wound.
That's possible.
You do notice actually as well, because you actually got very high, Seamus, on your investigation. On his lower back, you see a branding mark with a number. The number is 54.
I would have laughed my ass off if you'd said it was 69.
No, I don't find that number funny. But yeah, that's the number.
And is my investigation high enough to figure out what it signifies?
I mean, it's probably that he was the 54th person from wherever he came from.
Like, are we thinking slave or just some kind of citizen's brand, or?
I mean, Cordis doesn't brand citizens for crimes. So it'd have to be some sort of illicit thing. And, you know, what were you taking the fall for in prison? People trafficking.
True.
So we're getting background noise.
But yeah, that's from what you find. Otherwise, though, I will say, perception checks aside, the area you're in specifically, a lot, like, you don't see any animals. Probably because, like the note says, animals have been avoiding this man.
Well, no time to mourn. Let's keep moving.
We were supposed to mourn this guy?
I mean, if you wanted to.
No.
I don't see much point.
From what you know, if whenever you've checked the bodies of Cult of the Trask members, they've never had brands on them. So this person was probably taken against their will.
That sucks.
That is very unfortunate.
Oh well.
Well, not much we can
it.
do for him now. I mean,
Not
I
even
guess
burying
we
the
could go to
poor soul.
I guess we could go to the land of the dead, but, you know.
No, thank you.
I feel like that's a big trip to make for one unnamed person.
We could at least bury the poor soul. Tora actually does say.
Suppose so.
He didn't deserve this.
None of us
No,
deserve
probably
it.
not.
We could give him. We could burn. We could cremate him.
Yeah.
Well,
let's burn
cremating him could tip someone off to our location, so maybe burying would be the better option.
I mean, we
I mean,
have been
also,
making
yeah,
fires.
Yeah, we should. Yeah, let's burn this person in the forest. Tora
Yeah.
says.
We are still fugitives here.
Okay,
He-
the burning the people in the forest thing, that one's a good idea. That one, or like, that's a good suggestion of something we shouldn't do.
Tora's doing a strength check to basically hastily bury this person.
Aldan will help.
You're not much help, to be honest. Like, you're trying to sort of get through the earth, but it is actually quite tough. And yeah, Tora just quickly puts him in. Not really much you can do, especially because you are on like a mission,
Mm-hmm.
and you don't want to attract any other animals or just, you know. But yeah, he gets covered up, and then you continue on. But yeah, for the rest of the journey though, for this leg, it's, you know, just couple more hours of just not much going on. It's very quiet. There's just not many animals really as well, which again, like, you're on the route to basically hit every river, and you're just seeing less and less animals. Like, the most you see at this point is like an owl, as it sort of gets closer to the afternoon to near evening.
Yeah.
But yes, eventually, not eventually, but yeah, as you sort of progress the next few hours of the journey, again, I assume you probably take another rest.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
You know, you get your short rest. Any resources you used are back. Mostly just inspiration.
Tora, do you want to forage while we're stopped?
Sure, fine.
I'll give you another inspiration.
He needs it. That 15's good. Passing. So he goes off, leaving you guys to talk if you want to.
So, Seamus, do you think you could use Fabricate to make me some ink?
I think so, right? That's
What does
That's
the
not
spell
against the rules.
description say?
I think it says you can make just about anything. Let me look.
Uh,
Raw materials that
it-
you can convert raw materials into products of the same material.
So unless you can, like, I don't know, find iced ink, you can't really. Yeah, you can't really make anything from ink, can you?
Mm-hmm. I'm looking.
Like, I mean, if Felix needed like stone, that'd be fine. But you don't. That isn't what he needs.
And some background
Okay.
noise again.
So it says creatures or magic items can't be created or transmuted. You also can't use it to create items that ordinarily require a high degree of craftsmanship, such as jewelry, weapons, glass, or armor. So I don't know if ink would fall under that category, but I'm gonna err on the side of I probably can't make ink.
Yeah.
Yeah, I
Well,
think
what
it's got to
could
be
you-
simpler stuff than that.
Well, what could you make ink from anywhere, really?
A squid, or like,
Yeah, because there's a lot of squids in the forest.
yeah. I mean, I feel like I could probably make like dyes or paints out of like plants, but that would be it.
Yeah. Sadly, Mill, you shit out of luck.
Worth a try.
Cope.
See,
I am. For
Cope
now.
harder. So yeah, do you talk about anything else, or do you just sort of rest?
Mostly just idle chit chat, I guess.
mm-hmm. Idle chitter chatter.
Your chatting consists of trying to create a sustainable and peaceful multi-ethnic state in the Balkans. You know, truly.
Balkans are a fucking powder keg. My goodness.
That's the point. That's the joke.
Aldane, quick. This is an interesting conversation and everything, but real quick, Aldane, what the fuck are the Balkans?
Yeah, like they don't even exist.
I don't know. I heard someone mention something about them. Described them as a cluster fuck.
Tito's
I'm not
about
sure
to
what
do
they
we
meant by
call-
that.
Tito's about to do what we call a pro gamer move. But yeah, so yeah, you chat about whatever you want, shoot the shit. Tora comes back, and he finds you. Let me make the roll. Oh, that's dog shit. It's not. I mean, you got a 15. He finds 4 edible mushrooms.
Right.
Oh my god.
That's all you get. Sadly.
Alright. Well, with that, we can keep going.
Yeah. So, as you continue along, you walk through the forest, and I'm going to ask for more perception checks, my friends.
Yay! I'm finally paying attention.
Darren's just thinking about what you were telling them.
Oh, Tora's popping off. Now we just need Seamus.
That one.
Dylan?
Seamus, you can do it. We believe in you. We don't actually.
Sorry, one sec.
believe in you.
Hold on, I had to go downstairs and talk to Dad about something.
Dill Pickle?
Well, perception, bro.
He had to talk to your dad.
Give me a moment. I'll roll perception in just 1 sec.
Dylan, I'm your dad. Talk to me.
Daddy?
Are you winning, son?
Nani?
No! 1 sec. I'm muting him. Fuck it, I've deafened him. No. There we go.
That's cruel. Do it again.
Okay, here we go. Now Jack is deafened.
Daddy had been bad.
So, you've made your roll. Yeah, you're all doing very well. Yeah, wow, Darren's actually really struggling today.
Yeah, I don't know what's going on.
I mean,
Yeah.
15 is still not a bad roll.
Yeah, but a nat 7
absolutely.
isn't.
It's more that, because of their modifier, Darren is usually above 20.
Yeah, Darren has really good modifiers, which helps save bad rolls.
I mean, that's the point of rogues and bards.
Yeah, we're skill monkeys.
Yeah, the moment the bard or the rogue fail a skill check, you really need to hope someone else pulls.
Okay, I'm gonna give
out.
Dairon Bardic Inspiration just for the future, because this is probably gonna happen again.
I mean, you can just toss them out like Tic Tacs. They last for hours.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Not
Is I'm doing
hours,
it right
but-
now for the next check. I know it's probably too late to try to do it for this check retroactively, but
Yeah.
for the next check, I'm going to
Yeah.
give Bardic Inspiration there.
How do you feel,
But yeah.
Darren, being given a pity bardic inspiration?
I'm having a bad day. All right.
You know
Leave
what?
me
For that, Felix, you get a Bardic Inspiration too.
Thank you.
Yeah. Aldane, you know what? Fuck it. Aldane, you get one too. You get a Bardic
Yay!
Inspiration. You get a Bardic Inspiration. Tora gets a Bardic Inspiration. Everybody gets a Bardic Inspiration.
No, you gotta say it. Everybody gets a bardic inspiration.
So you say that, and you hear a voice behind you, Seamus, just say, "Can I get one too?"
Sorry, I'm all out of Bardic Inspiration. Wait, who the fuck are you?
Aw, no, I'm joking. It'd be funny. No. So you continue along. As you're sort of getting further away from the body, you start to see animals appear again. Steadily, you start to see deer, you see birds, and yeah, you see even a hare or two.
Hey, Aldane,
Yeah,
you want to chuck your javelin of returning at one of these animals? Maybe try and take it down.
Sure. Yeet.
If you want to, so I'm gonna say if you want to like hunt that survival.
Well, wouldn't I just do a spear check to throw it?
I mean, you'd
Wasn't
in
it?
theory be doing the spear check chucking. You wouldn't need to do the check because you'd be doing survival to hunt. Because actually attacking a creature, is hunting really, unless you're actually in a fight with it, and unless you want to start picking fights with the forest.
Come on, Forrest, we're not afraid of you. We can take you.
Don't do that, Felix. No, bad.
Fucking
But yeah,
pansy forests.
you'd actually need to be hunting because the thing is as well. It's also just about getting stuff like say clean kills. Because there's no point in just attacking it. There's no point in attacking an enemy and then just the corpse is useless.
Hey,
So you
Tori,
can,
you want to try chucking the spear at wildlife?
Okay.
Oh,
I lent
wait.
Tora the spear of returning.
14. No, it's not even 14.
13.
13 even. So, after a couple of moments, you see him come back with a small deer.
Looks like meat's back on the menu, boys.
oh, better than nothing. Thank you, Tora.
Mm-hmm.
We would have been dead in the water without you here. Well, technically dead in the forest, I guess, but you know what I mean.
Yeah, I do. I'll look after this for the time being. I'm the strongest one of the group anyway.
Yep, definitely.
Physical prowess.
Absolutely.
You just see him hoist the deer corpse on his shoulder. When we find somewhere to sit and rest, we'll look to cooking it and, cutting it open.
Mm-hmm.
Sounds good.
I could even skin the deer if you wanted.
Yeah, that would be good. Having some deer hide can't hurt.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, if we ever come across some nomads or merchants, we can always trade stuff like that.
Maybe we'll come across Dimmy one day.
Who's that?
Very high Seda. Also a merchant.
Okay. He just shrugs.
We came across him when we were traveling to the neutral point. It was around, I think it was, north of Alster Forest.
Right. He's not that bothered. So, you continue along, and eventually, your final resting spots for the evening or the day, you come across, you see in the distance the river, the next river in your journey. Do you stop and rest near the river, or do you, rest within the forest? Nearby?
I'd say within the forest. We don't want to be out in the open too much.
Mm-hmm.
So Seamus,
as you,
Caster's tiny hut.
I was gonna say you're not getting.
I'm gonna
your,
cast
like,
Tiny Hut. Yeah.
Are you not dealing with your last meal of the day?
Oh yeah, we will. Yeah. Forgot about that.
I was just saying, like, preparing camp and like that anyway. So what are you doing for food then, my friends?
So how much will the day give us?
That depends on how much. I mean, if things go well and Dairon, well, not actually Tora. No. I'd say Tora can sort of like show Dairon how to like cut it, so it'll technically be a wisdom-based dexterity check, in a sense. It depends on how well Dairon does, but if all goes well, there should be enough to give the 5 of you enough so that you can have. You only need to have like 1 or 2 mushrooms to eat with your meal. Because the thing is, like I said, it's a small deer.
Right.
So it's not enough to feed you all on its own. So yeah, a deer and 2 mushrooms. A deer piece, anyway. Yeah. How many mushrooms do you have?
4.
Oh.
Aldane, while Tora is teaching Darren how to cut up the deer, do you want to come with me to the river and try and do some fishing?
Yes, I would love to. That would be great.
So, as you're doing that, Felix, how are you going to be fishing? You actually...
Oh no, I'm shocking grasps.
Give me a shocking grasp roll, and Aldane, give me a wisdom check.
The straight wisdom? Okay. Woohoo!
Oh, Daron, give me a dexterity check with help. So advantage. And hey, you got inspiration off Seamus as well, so you can roll a d8 as well with this.
I think all of us can. All of us got inspiration from...
Yeah.
25!
Oh, you do this perfectly.
That's what I'm talking about.
You get the most amount of meat as you can. So yeah, perfect.
22 on my
Okay,
shocking
Felix got
grasp.
22. Aldane, are you rolling?
The inspiration, yes.
D8.
So D8, right?
Yep.
Yeah, it's a D8.
I have 21 wisdom now.
So in total, between Aldane and Felix, you get 10 fish. 1 second. Excuse me. You get 10 fish, and all the fish are big enough that basically 1 fish is enough to feed 1.5 of you guys.
Ooh.
God damn.
You
That's
get
basically
some...
15 fish worth.
Yeah.
Oh, there we go, Jamal.
So,
Sorry, I
yeah,
left my mic on for a sec. Didn't mean to.
you have enough to basically enjoy a very luxurious meal tonight. Aside from the fact that you don't have seasoning.
We'll cope.
I mean, you could do stuff like, I don't know, if you could forage, if you wanted to, like, have Tora forage for some nuts, or like, get stuff like that. So let me think. Yeah, if you wanted, like, Tora could look for some, like, nuts or something to sort of... If you want him to go out again...
Nah.
Fair enough. You just want to eat.
Yep.
So
I'm
then...
French. You don't have
Felix,
taste.
Felix, give me a intelligence-based... Intelligence-based. Give me an intelligence check with advantage.
There you go. I got for advantage.
Oh god, you would have squandered so much of that meal.
Got for advantage.
Oh yeah.
So you all get such a nice enough meal that for the rest of the next day, you all have basically, how do I describe this? For the next 3 skill checks, you have a plus. You have double proficiency on all checks on the first 3 checks you make for tomorrow.
What if we're doing something that we have expertise in?
Then you have a +3 anyway.
Nice.
So, like, you have basically, instead of +6 from inspiration from expertise, you have +9.
So just for my records, how much food did we use up with that meal?
So, because you got such big fish,
Mm-hmm.
you actually could do, because it would 1 fish would feed 1.5 of you guys.
Yeah. Which is not a great number,
that-
honestly. 'Cause
I mean, you can eat a little bit more than what, is allowed anyway.
yeah, so...
And we can also use the fire to smoke the remaining fish so that we can
Yeah.
save it for a later meal.
So,
Yeah.
let's say 4 fish and the deer?
Yeah, 4 fish in the deer.
Alright, we'll smoke whatever meat's left over for tomorrow.
There isn't really enough of the deer to keep that, so it's just the fish you'd be...
We can
Preserving.
we can dry the hide, though.
Yeah, I mean, Tora can... actually hasn't done a survival check for the hide.
Yep.
No. He got, like... a okay enough patch.
Hmm.
Might be enough to, like, I don't know, do a children's blanket.
Perfect for Seamus.
He is... Nah, Felix is the man-child.
Screw you guys.
I will say, I imagine Felix is a little guy.
Felix is not a little guy. Felix is 5'10".
I know,
Nice.
but like in my head, he's just a short king.
No, Felix is only a little where it counts.
It doesn't count, though.
No. Okay. Okay. But yeah, it's what's it called though? Yeah. You enjoy your meal. You all have a really nice yeah, you all have a really nice time of it. And yeah, you all go to bed in your tiny hut, filled and definitely made up compared to the last meal you had earlier on.
Yeah.
And do we have to do watches when we're in Tiny Hut, or
No.
are we good?
No?
No,
Okay.
we're all set. Sweet.
I mean, unless you expect someone to be waiting outside the what's it called? Unless you expect them to be waiting outside the the hut.
Mm-hmm.
I imagine Dairon just kind of walks around a little bit, make sure.
I mean, it's up to you, really. But yeah, you all enjoy your rest. Not much really happens. You don't get bothered by
Dylan, background.
you don't get any dreams.
Mm-hmm.
It's all fine.
Yeah.
It's fine.
Do you want me to do more intelligence checks for the book?
Yes. Give me 3 more.
Oh. I got better.
Better every time.
You have to actually look back at the first few pages because you really struggle to keep up with what you're reading. So it actually kind of sets you back, so you don't even really get much further into the book, to the point where you mostly just tread old ground, sadly.
I really need to contact a historian about this.
Yep.
Yeah, sadly. I mean, the most extra bit you get is just some sort of, mostly, from what you can tell, superfluous information about the history of before Hattia was even born. It's not helpful, really.
Right, okay.
So yeah, it's the next day. You know. And yeah, it's actually, let me make a roll.
Well,
so when you wake up, it's actually raining.
Oh dear.
Quite heavily as well. Like the moment, like you sort of, the moment you wake up, it's just like, you're already starting to get wet. And I will say, because of how heavy the rain is, you're effectively in dim light.
Right.
To be fair, every single person in the party has dark vision, so it's not a problem. But it's still not great.
Yeah. So I guess the question is, do we try and wait out the rain, or do we keep moving?
Give me a nature
Keep
check.
moving forward.
For anyone who's skilled in nature, give me a roll.
So add another 3 to that because of the meal proficiency bonus.
Yes. 26. From what you can gather, Felix, this might be nearly an all-day affair.
Right, so we'd be here for basically the rest of the day, which is not, terrible. We're by the river, so we should be able to keep ourselves supplied with food, but, do we want to stop for a day?
I mean, the worst bit is, you've only really got the trees to cover you.
I mean, I would be asking, or we'd be asking Seamus to cast Tiny Hut again, basically.
I mean, if you're fine with that.
I don't care.
Yeah,
Dane,
do you cast
Darren,
it again then?
What do you think? Should we keep moving, or should we stop here and wait for the rain to go?
Let's wait for the rain. We have enough food supplies to last us for until the rain stops, unless it continues till tomorrow.
Here's some new music, by the way, Mel.
Okay.
Tora also agrees and just says, because the thing is, not only is it visibility, it would also be footing that would be a problem.
Yeah.
It's safer if we stay around, if we stay here.
And to be fair, that he also brings up that corpse of the man who was, who we saw.
Mm-hmm.
It could potentially mean that whoever his captors were and in the area. So we sort of want to be, we want the elements on our side.
Rain would not be advantageous to us.
Not really, but that's what he brings up as well. So yeah, you spend your day basically living the life in the UK.
Tora, if you got like some kind of stick, do you think you'd be able to turn this that piece of deer hide into some kind of umbrella?
I mean, no.
Deer hide isn't exactly waterproof.
Also, I'm not a crafter. Isn't he the one who made that bridge for us? He points to Seamus.
Would that work? If we just got a stick and the deer hide together, could you use fabricate to make it into an umbrella?
I mean, if you got the raw materials, you could if you knew how to craft it, which, to be fair, it does mention in the abilities for fabricate, you can do that with, what's it called? You can use fabricate to, make things. The problem is you need to actually know how, you need to be skilled in the crafting involved. Let me find it. Creatures, you can't use it to create items that ordinarily require a high degree of craftsmanship, unless you have a proficiency of that type of tools.
I'm just trying to think of a way to keep, somebody warm so they can go out and, catch some more fish.
I mean, Tora's shirtless for one, so
exposure is a thing.
Yeah. I mean, while you're under the tiny hut, you are dry.
Yeah. Again, I'm just, I'm trying to take advantage of the fact that we are, are going to be
the
by
only
the river
thing
for
would
a
be
day.
is if you prestidigitated someone once they come back.
I mean, yeah, we could absolutely do that.
Because you and Seamus could just basically...
That's an easy one, yeah.
You could both just prestidigitate someone when they come back and dry them off.
Mm-hmm.
You're effective. You could basically, like, blow dry Tora, put the hairdryer on your cat.
I'm sure he likes that just as much.
Well,
To be fair, out of character, tigers are actually one of the few cats that actually don't mind water.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, that's right.
Because they can swim and stuff without any problems. So he actually does look and say, if you want, I can afford to go out. I'm the fastest of us all, and I'm the one who can take the hits the best.
Yeah, if you don't mind, we might as well take advantage of being at the river.
Mind if I have that returning spear, Aldane?
Sure thing.
I'll reimburse you if I break it, although I shouldn't need to break it.
I would appreciate it if you didn't break it, but yes.
So, with the spear in hand, he goes out. Do any of you give him inspiration, Felix?
Darren gives him a pat on the back.
I'll give him inspiration.
I give him bardic inspiration.
So he goes out with survival. To be fair, a nat 1 doesn't mean a failure for skills.
But an 8 probably does.
So he goes out, and probably an hour and a half.
Wait, doesn't he get the... Isn't he proficient?
Oh, yeah, because of, what's it called?
The meal.
Yeah. Well, no, technically the double... Yeah, so he's... What,
That bump him up to 11.
11.
Or no, higher. Depending on his level.
I mean, he's not... His proficiency bonus is a 3.
Okay.
Yeah.
So 11 then.
Yeah, so... Yeah, not much higher, but yes, thank you for reminding me again.
No problem.
So, yeah, he... What's it called? He comes back after probably an hour and a half. You see him with like 4 medium-sized fish, like the normal 1 fish for 1 person.
Mm-hmm.
And he comes back actually with a... let me make the roll for what animal it is. He actually comes back with a boar carcass.
Oh.
You do see, though, the boar is quite bludgeoned. And you do see Tora, like, rubbing his nose because it's a bit bloody.
Hey, miss, you mind dealing with that?
Prestidigitation.
Also a minor healing word.
You do the healing word, I'll do the prestidigitation.
I mean, Aldaina's laying hands.
Yeah, lay on hands.
Lays on hands.
I will say he is 15 points away from max.
So I heal him by 15 points then.
Yeah, so he's fully healed, dried off. And yeah, you have your food there. You got a big, chunky boar. You do notice it doesn't have any stab wounds. So it looks like Tora fought it by hand.
Ooh, pre-tenderized.
Nasty little bastard. He threw me into the air a couple of times, and then I threw him into the air, and then drop kicked him on land when he landed.
Well, we'll have fun eating him now.
Daron, give me a dexterity check to cut up the boar.
Do I get it? Inspiration.
You get advantage.
Yes.
And
Oh, thank God.
So 21 plus 3 anyway.
24.
That's 24 plus a d8.
All right, 25.
So I'm gonna make a roll for you. So inside the boar, you actually find something in its stomach.
Ooh.
You find a key.
Oh.
Curious. Interesting.
Let me have a look. From what I can tell, it looks. Let me make sure I'm getting the right thing. So, how do I describe this? So, this key has a an exclamation point on the head of it.
Huh?
And yeah, otherwise it looks like a standard key, but the head of it has a is like engraved into the head of the key. It's like a tiny, just a normal key to use on any door.
Weird. Any other indications to maybe what it could be used for? Or...
Doors, probably. I mean, you need to roll if you want to get an idea, investigate or something.
All right, I'll probably investigating like if I can recognize like maybe something about like the way the teeth are on the key or something, or about its make.
Mm-hmm. From what you can tell, this seems like it might be a magical item.
Felix.
Sorry.
Sorry. Felix, Seamus, either of you can identify, or do we have a...
I can, but...
Yeah.
You need to... This is why you should have picked up Ritual Cast as a feat. Do you want a Ritual Cast, or do you want to leave it?
I mean, can I ritual cast?
Not ritual
Or was that
cast.
question?
I meant, do you want to cast Identify? Sorry.
Not normally. I'd rather not.
Do you want to bite the bullet, or you just pocketing the key?
I'll pocket the key for now, and then we'll deal with it
if
later.
you want to. So if you want to put like strange key or exclamation point key, it's up to you.
Yeah, this key is not a pressing matter. It can wait until, I get some more ink back.
So with the boar and the fish, well, actually, to be honest, the boar alone can actually feed you all.
Ooh.
It's a
No,
fat
we already
foot.
have fish smoked and preserved. Let's just save those for later.
This boar's a fat, chunky bastard.
Mm-hmm.
It's
Real
like
big.
very good fatty meat that you could make from this.
Cool. Well, who's going to be my sous chef for tonight?
Tor actually raises a hand. I'm actually pretty good with handling tripe meats and stuff like that. I've known how to do barbecues before. So I can show you how to make good cuts of pork from this and things like that.
Mm.
I'll show you how to do some Tennoyama style cooking. So, give me an intelligence check, Mill. This will add... Sorry, no, ignore me. Yeah, roll it.
Before I do, Seamus, are you going to give me inspiration?
Dylan, are you here?
Seamus?
Dill Pickle?
What do I got to do?
Are you giving me inspiration for the cooking?
Oh yeah, that's already. I thought we were past that already. I'm giving everybody inspiration for everything.
I don't know. You might just decide you want to not do it.
You might have run out.
No.
I'm not keeping track
Just
of
let
your
me know. Just let me know
inspirations.
each time you're using it, so I can tell you when I'm out. I have 2 slots left.
I mean, you regain it on a short rest.
Well,
and you woke
Yeah,
up.
no, this is after we already
Oh,
regained it. I've already used 2 of them. 1 for Tora, 1 for now Felix.
This is perfectly done.
Oh my god!
Jesus!
Fucking.
Anyone need a 32 roll?
Jesus Christ.
Yeah, this is
huge
really
right
well
now.
done, Boar.
This is so perfectly made that I'm gonna make a roll. Okay, let me make another one.
We're all gonna orgasm on the spot upon tasting it.
This
So
isn't
Food
Food
Wars.
Wars.
Yep.
this is
This
so
isn't
nice.
Food
This is so nice that what do I want to give you guys as a benefit? You know what? I'll be nice. You all gain +1 to your maximum HP.
Permanently?
What?
Like, that's a permanent boost?
Permanent maximum HP.
Ooh.
+1. But, you know.
Every little helps. I'm not gonna turn my nose up at HP boost.
Mm-hmm.
I don't have enough of it to do that.
How much of an HP boost?
+1.
+1.
Oh, just 1
forever.
forever, really? We actually increased our
It's a
max.
permanent.
Yeah.
This is
I
really
love it.
good meat.
I'm in a generous mood today.
It
Mhm.
is appreciated.
Thank you.
As I said,
during
I'm not so rich in HP that I can throw away boosts.
Do you do anything specifically during this time? Because this is basically your whole day. And Seamus will have to cast Tiny Hut again when you sleep.
Yeah. That's
Consider it done.
For now, though, do you do anything else for the time that before you actually need to sleep? Like Felix, you could just do nothing but reading for the rest of the day if you wanted.
Yeah, that's basically what I was thinking. Yeah.
So you're gonna read. Aldane, what do you do for the rest of the day?
Well, then we'll also read.
Read
Oh,
what?
wait.
Read what? We've only got 2
You're right.
books.
I mean, you could read the book with Felix.
Aldane is going to clean his gear.
Okay. Darren, what do you do for the rest of the day?
Take a long walk.
Okay. Don't forget you aren't in your proper clothes, Tyron. You are in your shitty prison stuff still.
Okay.
Seamus, what do you do for the rest of the day?
What do I do for the rest of the day?
Yeah.
Just
Yeah.
practice on my instruments.
Okay. Tora's just gonna exercise.
Let's do it.
He's gonna do sit-ups and pull-ups and yeah, he's gonna go outside, find a tree branch, and do pull-ups and shit as well at points. So, Felix, give me. Are you doing this until you need to sleep? Or rest anyway?
Yeah, probably.
Give me 6 intelligence rolls.
Oh Christ. Okay.
Don't forget you can use inspiration for this, like painters.
I don't think I can give it myself.
You should be able to, because bards can.
Can I? No, it's 1 creature within melee range. I mean, technically, I'm within
that's-
melee range, but
Yeah, I would say it's allowed. I'm the GM, so I'm saying it's allowed.
alright. Well, I'm not going to bother using it on that one.
You doing it for this one?
Yes.
D8 then.
It's 15.
Okay. Don't forget it's 6, that's 4 left.
Yep.
I mean, you could do it now, because again, that one doesn't mean a failure. I only do it for stepping in shit with perception, because it's funny.
Yeah. 11.
Okay.
I'll keep the 10.
Okay.
So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So one last one. No. No.
That
two
16
more.
was because of the cooking.
Yeah, the 16
That's
was
16,
cooking.
24. So this is attempt 5.
Yeah, I'll take
Right
this.
then. So you get quite a bit of reading done. So as you're reading it and you're learning more about before Hattie was actually even like crowned, basically it was a very different time. For one, you learn that before he took over, there was actually quite a lot of wars going on between different races. Like for one, kobolds, kobold kind and goblin kind especially, were considered like beast races in quotations, where they were considered like lesser citizens. Orcs were constantly warring with the elves. And it got to the point where, like, according to the book, orcs were going to die out if things had continued as they were. And Dragonborn were also some of the closest allies that the elves had because of the union between... Well, because to be fair, Pludral was actually around and quite active. And Pludral did push for, like, racial inclusion and, you know, like, working together.
Alright.
So the Dragonborn reached out to humans and elves and a few other races. And yeah, it mentions... the book does go on a bit of a tangent about, like, how Dragonborn helped, like, maybe not shape the culture of elves, but, like, they work together and, like, you know, that sort of deal. Once you get past that bit, though, you sort of start hitting a brick wall. Like, the text gets a lot more harder to pass through. To the point where you actually have to, like, refer to older content to sort of understand what it's talking about in this next this next chapter. And you struggle for quite a while, but eventually you sort of pick it back up. You sort of pick back up again the pace.
Yeah.
And then it gets into the point where, like, how Hattie was raised, and how the point was he was supposed to be trained in all forms of combat and, like, magic discipline. So he actually made a pact with an archfey to become a warlock. He was raised to believe in the god of... Not believe, but to basically harness like divine magic. And so he was trained to basically become a paladin. He also learned enough to become a wizard. But cleric was always the hardest one for the longest time for him to become one. But otherwise, in all forms of combat, he picked them up pretty well. Like, you know, he was trained as a ranger, as a, like, proper soldier, like a fighter, and even as a martial artist. And towards the tail end of, from what you are able to read, you also learn that, like, the point of this was to basically become, like, the ultimate warrior. Like, he was trained to become the strongest being alive. And that's pretty much where it gets you to. Like, that's where you finish it off at.
Alright.
I'm going to call, out of character, I'm going to call a break, just because we're 2 hours in.
Yeah.
And then we'll continue with the rest of the session. Yeah.
Oh, guys, are we gonna take a break in a sec?
We are
I
taking a
literally
break
just
now.
said that.
Oh yeah, we're doing the break.
Yes.
I just said that.
Oh, cool. No, that's
Yep.
what I was confirming. Cool. All right, I'll be back in a sec.
Also, let me know if that screen cap I put in campaign info is legible.
No.
Yeah, I can
Perfectly
read it.
fine. Yeah.
And now I know the names of the other party members.
I mean, out of character you do, but in character you don't. So.
I mean, aren't we working together already? Like, I thought that was the point.
I mean, that's up to you guys. Mill and Kaido, I actually wanted to get your inputs on. So there's two characters that I didn't really come up with anything for.
Mm-hmm.
Namely, Valeris and Marlene. If you want to tell me like how they know you.
I mean, considering because I picked Pugilist, my idea is that like, Ludger in a fight like when he was a couple of years ago or something, bit off a bit more than he could chew. And Marlene happening to come across it, joined in, and okay. you know, the two of them sort of bonded, you know, over a shared appreciation of like fighting and pugilism. And so yeah, they sort of, you know, keep in contact now and then, do sparring, maybe even go out for a fight or two, you know, that sort of deal.
Gotcha. I'm just trying to get a sense of what your intentions were. Same for you, Mel. If you could just give me a sense of like Valeris' deal with you.
Yeah. So basically, Deimos would use Valeris as like a source of information for like clients when he was a lawyer.
The gumshoe.
Sort of, yeah. Like just to use them as sort of like an investigator, basically.
Gotcha. Okay.
And if you need something for Steiner as well, my idea was that they really like don't like Deimos because he wasn't able to get them like off a charge. Maybe not necessarily murder, but just something.
Okay. I was thinking more of like a rival in terms like after you became a hound.
Yeah, that's also fine.
Okay. I love when it came up for Satara. Just a little shit.
Yeah. Is a little shit. Yeah. By the way, Mill, what are your thoughts on this book you're reading? Because the point is you kind of have to work through some like unimportant stuff.
Yeah.
But to be fair, a lot of it is like, you know, importance to the lore of the setting.
I mean, you know, I'm making
anyone who's named after anyone whose name is what the planet is called must be a big deal.
Yeah, I mean, I'm making sure to note all of this down in case it ever becomes important that I need to refer back to it. So. I mean, you know, just out of character, history is my jam, so, you know, not going to complain about learning any sort of history.
I'm so tired. I stayed up really late last night.
Mm-hmm.
It was nearly 4 a.m. when I went to bed.
Why would you do that to yourself?
I was playing Final Fantasy XIV.
So you've got the bug?
I've had it for a while. I was actually in Balmung because I hate myself.
Uh-huh.
I wanted to like basically just see how Balmung actually is and see if it's what people actually say it is like. And to be fair, I actually met a couple of people and had like really fun chats with them.
Yeah, it's all about like I've not met really terrible people, but you know.
Like I did that, and I've mostly just been doing side quests at the moment. I've been trying to do some of the raids I've not done for ages, and I've done all of the job quests for the tanks.
Nice.
That I can do. Because I need to finish off. I need to reach and actually finish off Shadowbringers before I can do any more.
Right, because you need to get
I've got to do the role quests.
Yeah.
But yeah, I've got all the artifact gear and stuff like that, all the level 70 stuff for my tanks. I've done it for Samurai, but I'm also using this excuse to level up Dragoon, because I haven't used it since Heavensward. Because I'm at the point now where I'm in the patch content of Stormblood.
Yeah.
And to be honest, I actually don't care about doing it. Like,
Yeah.
I don't care about any of the loose ends. I think the end, like the actual Stormblood quest, is fine. I actually would have mind. I get the point of setting up for Shadowbringers, but it's just one of them that I don't care about the actual loose ends for Stormblood.
Yeah, the only good thing about the expansion is Xenos.
To be fair, I actually really like the stuff in around Alamigo. Not Alamigo specifically, but like Doma and all of that. Like I always love seeing Yugiri. Like Hien's really cool. Lise actually has grown on me.
Good, I'm glad. I was like, I was like waiting to see what you thought of Yida after she revealed herself to be Lise.
But yeah, it's been fun.
Also, Papa Limo just going ham.
I mean, I'm glad they gave him some time in the limelight, because like my problem with when Fancred gets possessed in The Realm Reborn, if you never did Uldar as your starting city-state, it's basically like being told Ted from accounting passed away.
Right.
But yeah, it's been fun. I'm glad they made Y'shtola take a backseat, especially because she had like the late end of Heavensward to really get some prevalence.
Right.
And you know, it's always good to see Relban getting some love.
Oh, Relban. What was it? Did you see the Gotetsu?
I'm annoyed that they went through the effort of like, Gosetsu's gonna die, he's been shot. And then like, oh, he's on, okay, he's not. I guessed as much, but you know. And he's there with Yotsuyu on an island. Why? I don't know why she's not dead, but you know. I guess Gosetsu couldn't handle himself before the Yotsuyu.
By the way, again, I've just had a look at the factions list, and I get so many more of these references now.
Yeah, you're welcome.
But yeah, I'm still. I've been enjoying myself for a long time. The low point was when I did the Titan quest in A Realm Reborn, but I've been really enjoying it since anyway. And yeah, and I really can't complain. Like I even before I even finished Heavensward, I bought the full game because I was sick of some of the limitations that came with the trial. Right. And I knew I was in it for the long haul, so I will say though, tanks are definitely what I prefer.
That's fair.
Tanking is the most fun for me, and I think I feel like it has the best armor for what I like. And I like the weapons and stuff, and the rotations of what I like.
What you guys talking about? Weep shit?
Final Fantasy 14.
So yes.
Yeah, weep shit.
Excellent.
But yeah, you know, I'm in a free company now.
Nice.
I got bullied into one. But yeah, I was actually playing it before I jumped in the Discord call.
I know, I saw on Discord.
Yeah, I was queuing as a DPS, which is always miserable.
Oh, it's the worst.
Another reason why I love being tank, it's near instant queuing.
The way I've started I level my DPSs is through the deep dungeons.
I barely do them. I've forgotten to do them. To be fair though, when it comes to I level up my DPS through the MSQ, and then I do my tanks through roulettes and stuff.
Yeah, that's fair. I usually I pick one class to level through the MSQ, and then I will do all the others through roulettes and all the other shit.
To be fair, when it came to Stormblood, because I'd procrastinated a lot with Stormblood, so by the time when I got back into doing it again, all my tanks were like mid-60s. But I'm at the point now where like I'm leveling up Dragoon because I want to play with that and Samurai for when I get to Shadowbringers because of the trust system. Like I know Fencred becomes a gunbreaker, so I want to actually enjoy some dungeons where he's the tank.
I really love Dancer personally.
I haven't done Dancer yet. The only DPS jobs that I've done are Dragoon, Samurai, and Machinist. I did Dragoon. I leveled up Dragoon purely so I could do Heavensward, and you know, for the narrative and like the story. And I did Samurai for Stormblood as well. But I'm going to be focusing mostly on my tanks for Shadowbringers.
That's fair. I think I did Pugilist and Monk for Realm Reborn. Machinist, whatever, for Heavensward. I then swapped to, I think, Samurai for Stormblood. For Shadowbringer, Dancer, and then finally Reaper.
Of course.
But I think I cheated a little bit because partway through Endwalker I swapped to Summoner.
To be fair, for me, like I'm using a bunch of different stuff. Like I've always swapped between every tank for the most part. For Heavensward, I completely abandoned Warrior just because I was leveling up Dark Knight. And at that point, I was using Dark Knight, Paladin, and Dragoon. But like for Stormblood, I've used like every tank, you know, Gunbreaker, Paladin, Warrior, Dark Knight.
Right.
And then mostly Samurai. But since I'm in the patch content and all my tanks are like level 71, so I don't overlevel for Shadowbringers, I'm like using a little bit of every class now. It's also why I'm leveling up Dragoon, so it can absorb as much MSQ experience as possible. But to be fair, at the moment, I am just doing raids. Like, I'm doing all the raids that I haven't finished. It's just annoying that people are only running Crystal Tower if they can help it.
Well, Crystal Tower is the only one that's required by the story at this point.
I mean, because I don't know if you know, but there's an actual, like, mechanic you can abuse where people will be running a roulette for raids naked so that their item level is as low as possible, so that it will always put them in Crystal Tower. Then they put their armor on, so then they're ready for it. Because in theory, you will always get around the same amount of experience for a raid, and Crystal Tower's the easiest and quickest.
Yeah.
The only other raid I know that everyone actively looks to do is the Nia raid, because of course everyone wants to dress like 2B.
Yep.
Because everyone's fucking basic.
I found that I actually found the Nier raids pretty interesting. My least favorite is the Diabolos ones.
I mean, I'm trying to do the Diablos ones now, but that and Alexander, I can't seem to do the next ones because no one's queuing for them. Like I was the second Diablos raid I did, half an hour.
Good lord.
Half a fucking hour, and yeah, I'm trying to do the Alexander one too when the game actually has people queuing for it.
I think my only other mostly because I'm a basic bitch and I love tactics, War of the Lions, is the Return to Ivalice raids after.
I was gonna say I've heard that Ivalice features in it because even Ramza's there, isn't he?
Yeah, it's very much a love letter to the Ivalice Chronicles.
To be fair, I actually really like Ivalice as a world. It's actually like my favorite interpretation of Mughals, and I love the Banga race.
Yeah, and like War of the Lions is just so good.
But yeah, I'm still enjoying it. I've said that before, but I am. I'm loving the story.
Good.
Like, I'm looking forward to actually getting the Scions more featured, because as much as I love Alphino and Alize, I wish they weren't like so prevalent.
Yeah.
Like, I actually like the fact they're for a long stretch of heaven for Stormblood. Alize and Alphino were just in the backseat.
Right. I feel that.
Like, I didn't mind Alphino getting so much in Heavensward because it is literally just you and him. And it builds on his character from the end of A Realm Reborn. But I wish they weren't so featured because, like, Fencred's my favorite character.
Yeah.
Dylan, are you back?
I don't believe he is.
Right.
I believe he's lighting up, so to speak.
Keep talking then.
But
no, continue.
I was just gonna say, I love all the characters. To be fair, like, I think the only ones I didn't like was Ida, but then later things happen.
Yeah, I think they do a good job overall, and they've learned a lot from mistakes.
To be fair, looking back on it, I actually didn't mind much of A Realm Reborn. My only issue is mostly just how Fencred is used, because if you don't start in Uldar, there's no reason to care about him.
Right.
Like, at least Y'shtola and Papalimo and Ida get bits later on. Like, Fencred is just, I mean, quite fairly, he is possessed, but it's still annoying that, like, apart from the stuff with Ifrit, he's barely in the story. And now he's currently a Metal Gear ripoff. With his fucking eye patch.
Yeah, he's Liquid Think then.
I mean, yeah, especially with the British accent.
What's going on now?
Still talks 14.
Jack, sorry.
Geeking out.
Jack, when you get a chance, if you could take a look at that screen cap I put in the chat, just let me know if there's anything you want to change.
Also, again, if in Blades in the Dark we ever come across Magnus, I hope you're going to make him as much of a joke-telling nerd as he is in the books.
I will do my best.
Because I love him for that. That fucking joke you told at the anniversary dinner was just so...
It was excellent.
So bad, but so good.
I love Jean-Marie reacting to it.
Yeah.
Jean-Marie is so good.
Absolutely great, yeah.
I mean, I love Jean-Marie reacting to pretty much anything that Gideon did as well.
Look, Jean-Marie... Yeah, Jean-Marie just idolized Gideon, and that was so adorable.
How big are your biceps?
Gideon just flexes.
Oh.
You have to listen to the audiobook. The narrator does such a good job.
Yeah, it's great. I especially love the voice the narrator gives to Yante.
Yeah, it's so good. Like, the voices are so good.
Yeah, the voices are overall really good.
Guys, ruin a D&D spell by changing one word to moist.
Oh no. Please don't.
Moist
No.
fall.
Moist person.
Oh.
Moist hut.
Moist cloud.
Moist wall.
True moist.
Oh.
Moist spray.
Moist skin.
Moist missiles.
Conjure moist elemental. Moist resurrection.
Moist armor.
Tasha's uncontrollable moist.
I've got the Gideon audiobook, so I'll
Counter
fit that in
moist.
somewhere.
Yeah. The Hero audiobook is also really fun.
Moist spray.
I already said that one.
Did I?
Yep.
There's just so much
No, I already said that one.
No. There's just so much moisture.
Dylan, are you back yet? Please say you're back.
I gotta go kick him off his damn bong. I'll be right back.
Beat his ass.
Yeah. Okay, here's a question again.
Yes.
And obviously don't go into spoilers about it, but I recall back when you first read Gideon, you had issues with Harrow.
Yes.
Does Harrow the Ninth fix those issues? Or at least, improve them?
No. But you get a lot more of Harrow's back shit, like back talk.
Right.
And like more of who she is.
Right.
And I think that does help. Because part of what Harrow the Ninth does is take away her power.
Right. So Harrow starts talking more like Gideon, basically.
He'll be on the next 5 minutes or so. He just has to clean up after himself.
I mean, I would say it never excuses her behavior.
Yeah.
Whose behavior?
Harrow. But it does force her to go through hell and back.
Right.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, Harrow's behavior is never, used as an excuse. It's just, we get an explanation for why she is the way she is, but it's never excused.
Yeah. Characters never forgive her for it.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it's not like a deal breaker. I am just curious, because that is something that I vividly remember back when you were first reading Gideon. You were like, this is good, but there's also this aspect that's really, really bad.
Yes, that was hard.
So with Harrow, let's just say she does not have a good time in the second book. And leave it at that. But yeah, no, both the back half of the first book and basically the entirety of the second book are really rough on Harrow, which helps. Well, it doesn't make her more sympathetic necessarily, as it does make her more of a person you can kind of see rooting for, rather than just like the loathsome asshole she is at the beginning of the first book.
Especially compared to literally everyone else.
Mm-hmm.
On a scale of 1 to Kaladin in Way of Kings, how bad does it get for Harrow?
I want to say like a 9.
I was gonna say 2 Kaladins.
Oh.
Oh no, you're right. That it is 2 Kaladins.
Right.
It's bad.
Okay.
It's real bad.
Right.
A
okay.
10-year-old called Goku, actually called Goku, is one of Smash Brothers Major, playing as Sora.
I hate everything about what you just said.
What a world we live in.
What a time to be
And I
alive.
think to myself, what a wonderful world. Anyway. There it is.
You back now,
Yeah,
Dylan?
I am.
Finally.
welcome back. Oh no, Kaido's aged. He drank from the wrong cup. He chose poorly. No? Nothing? No one gets the Indiana Jones reference?
I did. I did.
I was
not respond.
I was laughing, not at you, another meme, sorry.
Darn.
But what's it called though? Yeah, anyway, let's just continue.
Mm-hmm.
So it's time for nightfall. You know, everyone's sort of done the thing. Tori did his workout. Seamus played his instrument. Aldane had a date with Rosie Palms.
That is a blatant lie.
You were cleaning your equipment.
You were polishing your sword.
Shut the fuck up.
No.
Distributing some free literature was what someone else was doing, so that's...
And Daron went on some walks. Darren was playing Pokemon Go because they found out a Tauros was nearby.
There wasn't a Tauros, but there was a Toranosuke.
So it's time for nightfall. Felix, do you force yourself through the book even more?
No, Felix is going to take a break.
The man's got his nose in the books, literally. So, as you read more, as night descends and you sleep the day away, as you trance away, once you all awaken, it's quite overcast, but it's not pissing down with rain.
Alright.
The ground is still quite muddy, but it's not, you know, you can see.
Yeah. I don't think we need to have one last fish. I think we've got enough stuff. Enough food to last us until the next river.
Let me have a look.
Actually, yeah. How long will it take us to get to the next river?
From what you know of the area, it will be about... It will take basically a day. Like a whole ass 24 hours to get there. Like a day's worth of travel anyway.
Right. So if we're only able to travel 8 hours a day, that's...
You'll basically make it just...
3 days of travel, basically.
Near enough, yeah. Well, no, it's like 8 hours of walking, really. So you'd like... It's one of them, unless you take shorter breaks, which can, you know, still basically affect your performance. You can do like you could walk for 9 hours a day. You know, for this day, and all that would mean is that you'd have to do a DC 11 Constitution save after the 8th hour, and that would basically mean if you fail, you would take exhaustion.
Is it really worth it for an extra hour?
Otherwise, it's a day and 2 hours actually, so you wouldn't even make it to the
Right.
You wouldn't even make it to the thing in time. Like you wouldn't make it to the river.
What do other people
You'd
think?
barely make it. You'd barely make it to the river doing a 9-hour walk. It's up to you guys. Actually, I forgot. You need to cross this river that you're at. I guess. Do you do the fabricate thing again?
Fabricate and Misty Step, yeah, I guess.
Fabricate across Misty Step. We'll just say you've done it for the sake of like convenience.
Yeah.
But yeah, you are now across the river. You continue along.
Also, is this the first river after the big river, or the second one?
You're at this river here.
Damn, we're still so far away from Centralis.
Yeah, this is basically where you're at, where I'm pinging.
Yeah.
So yeah, are you just doing a normal 8-hour walk then, fellas?
Should we push ourselves? Kind of really want to, make sure we can get to the get to and stop at the river at the end of a day rather than at the near the start of one.
You'd have to spend like 3 hours getting to the river otherwise.
Yeah.
I mean, the thing is, you're not really on a time limit. So you can sort of just be cautious if you want, or you can throw caution to the wind. The only problem is if you encounter something, and I'm doing behind the scenes rolls. What's the plan, fellas?
Seamus, Aldane. Thoughts?
What are your guys'
Keep walking.
Obviously, keep walking. We're not just living by the river forever, but do we?
That's what we're doing.
Do we go quicker at the risk of a possible Constitution check and level of exhaustion, or do we keep going at the same pace and have to stop in the middle of the day at a river?
Let's do that. Let's do the latter, because stopping in the middle of the day at the river means that we can fish during our downtime.
I mean, we're still fishing either way. It's just, whether we spend, the night at a river rather than stopping in the middle of a day.
It's only a DC 11 con save, and Aldane can give you all the benefits of that roll.
We can also, use Bardican's Paint as inspiration.
Yeah. In theory, you should not fail unless you do
really
fucking
badly.
Awful. And at that point, that's just your fault. Level up con. It's not a dump start. I'll be like, I forget actually. Doesn't one of you have really terrible con?
I
have a +2.
Plus
I have
one.
a +2.
I think it's Aldane that has the worst con mod.
Yes,
Yeah,
it
he
is.
does. Yeah, he has a +1, and everyone else has a +2 minimum.
No, I have +1.
Tor has a +4.
Yeah, but Tor's a tank, even more so than Aldane.
What's your excuse?
I have armor.
Okay, cool beans. Tora could wear armor if he wanted. Anyway.
Nah, I'm beefing up my con mod next time we get the stat level up.
I do find it funny that Seamus actually has a better lung capacity than Aldane. by virtue of how the rules work.
It is awkward, yes.
Anyway, yay or nay on the quicker walking?
Tora says yes.
That's 2 for yes.
Haldane votes no.
2 for yes, 1 for no. Seamus, Darren?
Dyron says yes.
Alright, Seamus, your vote doesn't matter.
Okay, I guess not.
I mean, you can vote, but if you're voting no, it's not going to do anything.
In that case, I
it does do
abstain.
How about this? Aldane can lag behind, we'll all walk ahead.
Let's not do that.
So, as you sort of walk at a quicker pace, give me all perception checks, my dudes. Oh,
Thank God.
finally.
Oh,
Oh, that's the second nat one from Aldane.
Aldane,
my
use,
turn to get
use
started.
Bardic Inspiration.
yes, let's use that bardic inspiration. Oh, that's not bad.
Okay, I won't let you walk in shit this time. Or trip over something. So, as you continue, you are walking more through the forest. It's getting a bit denser.
Sure.
And yeah, it's as you're walking around, Dairon and Tora, Seamus a little bit afterwards, your heads turn, and in the distance you begin to see what looks like people walking. What's your first thing you're gonna do?
I tell everyone to stop and hide.
From what you can tell, they're wearing like armor, the people, but it isn't Cordician Guard armor. I should have added that because you did roll very well.
Okay.
So you're all hiding?
Mm-hmm.
Give me stealth checks.
Oh boy.
Ah, fuck, nuggets.
Oh boy.
Even with disadvantage, I still got 16.
Damn. So, yeah, Felix, you're the one who actually, struggles. You weren't expecting it. I mean, you rolled technically the worst, so it works with that. You're the last one to notice and pay attention, especially with everything that's probably swirling in your head at the moment regarding the book. And you're the last one to sort of hide. As you sort of find a place, you all begin to hear guards just like, "Hey, I saw someone over there. Maybe it's the escapee." And they run your way.
Ooh.
Let me make some rolls. So you see 3 guards, 3 soldiers anyway, 3 people, all decked out in gear, and it isn't long before Felix, one of them trains a bow and arrow on you. Why don't you come out there slowly? Don't make any funny moves, or else. What do you do, Felix?
Run.
None
Bum, 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 bum.
None of them have noticed you guys. They've only noticed Felix. The other 2 are sort of looking at Felix, or at least where he is. Well, Felix? What do you do?
Yeah, I'll walk out.
You step out. You come out from where you are,
Yeah.
and one of the guards says, "Hey, isn't that Felix? You know, the one we're supposed to be that I've been told about." And the one with the bow gives you a very dark grin. Well
Can
then,
Do I recognize these people?
they look like humans. You don't recognize them, but you have a very good idea of who they work for. And the guy with the bow just says, "Well then, where are your friends? I'm sure they're around here, aren't they? You all seem pretty joined at the hip."
Nope, they've gone off hunting.
Deception check.
Please, 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 please.
Nope.
Fuck.
That's terrible.
What's your AC?
14.
You get shot in the leg with an arrow and take 8 piercing damage.
Alright.
And I need you to make a Constitution saving throw.
Hope it's poisoned.
Your body immediately seizes up. You are let me check the exact condition. You are paralyzed. This means you are considered incapacitated and can't speak or move. You automatically fail any strength and dex save. Any attack against you has advantage.
Wait, Felix, don't you have Bardic Inspiration from me?
Unless you specifically said it, I'm assuming not.
I've said that each time we end a long or short rest, I'm casting Bardic Inspiration on everybody.
I will point out that it only lasts 10 minutes.
Yeah, it's 10 minutes. And
It's not an all day thing.
And any attack that actually hits you is a critical hit if it is melee.
Wonderful.
So the two of the guards begin to walk over. I'm going to ask any of you if you want to do anything before they make the way over. I'd say they'd have to use the two guards will have to use their movement to reach him. So yeah, if you want to do something, you can. But only one action.
So hoping
How
y'all
many
would
guards
do
are there in
something.
total?
Sorry, two at a time. What did you ask, Mil?
I was sort of hoping y'all would do something before I got shot, but you know.
So what did you ask, Aldane? Or want to ask?
How many guards are there total?
There's 3 people. One of them's got a bow, the other 2 are brandishing melee weapons. Again, what did you want to know?
Am I close enough to get a sneak attack in?
You'd all need to make range. Let me. High or low again?
Low.
This will be based on if you are close enough to strike one of them in melee.
Okay.
So low?
Yep.
Nope.
You need to do a ranged attack, sadly. This was too spur of the moment for you to really consider, being near each other.
Okay. Then I take one. I unsheath one of my spare daggers,
Mm-hmm.
and I take a shot at the one. I try to do a headshot on the one talking to Felix.
The bow user.
Yes.
So that would be his thing. Seamus, do you want to do anything?
I know what I'm
Shit,
gonna do.
do I wanna give myself up though and remove the stealth that I have?
Yes!
Yeah, let's go Eldritch Blast.
On who?
Is the fucker with the bow still up?
He's not been hit yet. I've just said I'm asking you all what you're going to do.
Oh yeah, I'm gonna hit the fucker with the bow.
Okay. Aldane, what would you do?
Aldane's going to step out and in front of Felix and hold his shield up while he casts Lesser Restoration on him.
So I'm going to say that's kind of too many things to do. Sadly, like it is one thing like that I'm saying that you can do.
Aldane moves to Felix and casts Lesser Restoration. Then
that's. I mean it's still the same thing that you're doing. It's more just like.
I think it's move
has to touch
or Lesser Restoration.
I mean, it's more. Give me a high or low, and I'll say if you're actually close enough to just touch him anyway. High or low? What do you want?
High.
You
Damn
are.
it.
You would have to move, and then you'll have to touch him. Sadly, this is like a quick, like basically a reaction.
Okay, so I'll move first then.
Okay. Tora will also move. But before we do this, I want you all to give me initiative to decide which goes first, like which happens first.
Nope.
Let me get the details for a guard.
Jesus.
Damn,
At least
Dyra.
a thug, anyway.
There's my token. Gotcha. Hold on.
Fucking struggling today.
Wow. Let me get Tora's thing and. Okay.
Good to know it's not just me.
Yeah, we're all
background
having a bad time.
noise.
I was sort of hoping it wasn't. It was just you, considering shot in the
Yeah.
leg.
So I'm going to say you get a surprise round, so all of this will happen before they get a turn. So Tora moves in. I'm going to say not music, just because this is most... I'll find some music while we go through it. Yeah, Tora moves in. Like, the surprised Seamus. You're shooting the one that's got the bow, correct?
Yes. Can I do my rolls now?
Yep, make your shot.
All
Make your
right.
shots
Cool.
even. You get 2, don't you?
Yep. Advantage
Yeah,
because
this is advantage, so that's double damage, or at least 2 rolls of the dice. Yeah, click Eldritch Blast. Oh,
spicy meatball.
it's probably the best Eldritch Blast roll you've ever made.
I think so. Now for the other one. It's another hit.
It's
God damn.
That's more like it.
18. He drops dead,
Sweet.
which means Daron can, on their turn, strike someone else.
Fuck
if
you
they
for
like.
hurting Felix. You hurt my friend.
Darren, it's your turn.
Which one's closest to me?
There is one, but it's still not close enough for melee attack.
No, I know, but like I want to, because I only have like so many feet.
It's close enough that you can make a normal dagger throw without any problems.
Okay, then that.
Yep.
19.
Would you believe it? That hits.
Great.
Dead.
22.
Yep.
Yeah, they're dead.
So 22, and then
8,
just 22.
30.
Yeah, 30. Yeah, immediate. You just go right through their face. That's a 4 and 3 6s. That's ludicrous.
Yeah, that's brutal.
Yeah, you go it clean through the brain, and they just fall to the ground. Felix, my friend.
Yes.
Is
there anything I can do?
You are on the ground, seized in pain. Give me a Constitution saving throw.
That's better.
You power through, and you basically have to sacrifice the turn to not be paralyzed.
Fine.
But you're up. Oh, you can be up next turn. The one NPC, this human, drops his equipment and just hands up, surrenders. Do you do you take him in? Aldane, it is your turn.
So does Felix need a lesser restoration anymore?
No.
Or
He's
no? Okay.
yeah.
I'm gonna just heal him then.
Yeah, it was only 8 damage anyway.
Better safe than sorry.
No, I mean that's how much you need to give him.
Oh yeah.
I didn't mean
gave
like, oh, it's only that much. Yeah, my fault.
So I'm back up to full.
Yep.
I hope you know the precedent you've set. We get to poison you if you lie.
What? So, do you
Start
do
talking.
anything? What do you want to know?
Well, first of all, while you're in this area,
Why are you in this area?
We just escaped from prison.
we're not the ones
Oh,
taken
you-
prisoner here. You have to answer our
you-
questions.
You criminals? I'm not supposed to associate with people like you guys.
Dairon just puts their dagger up to his throat. Start talking.
Right, sorry. I joke when I get nervous. Okay, so
Mhm.
I'm out here with my group because we're patrolling the forests.
Who do you work for?
He actually says, "Can I take off my helmet?" That'll probably help you know anyway.
I gesture to Tora. Tora, take off his helmet.
Tora just says, "Okay." Takes off the helmet and you see his rounded human ears.
Great, thank you. Good. Great. Where's your base?
Base.
While this is happening, I walk over to the bowman and pull out an arrow.
Okay.
Walk
And
over.
then what? Do you lick it?
No!
Do you lick the head? What are you gonna do? You gonna stab him with it?
If he lies, they set the precedent here.
I'm just gonna roll a general insight to get a sense of if they're lying or not.
Yeah. So far, they seem too nervous to lie.
Great.
Also, Mill hears some new music.
Okay.
My home base is in Cordis, actually, if you can believe it. It's down south of here.
Are you the ones kidnapping people? Experimenting.
I mean, everyone from our group kidnaps and experiments on people. Not really anything exclusive to us.
Are you the ones doing the human trafficking in the area?
Oh, you know about that?
We know a lot of things. Tell me.
Well, I feel like my response should be the answer. If you need a more decisive one, then yes.
Great. Aldane, any questions from you?
How far up the chain of command are you?
Do you really think I'd be important if I was out here slumming it in the forests?
No, but sometimes the cult does odd things.
You clearly don't know us that well. Jokes aside, like, most people in the cult often have more unique uniforms. They're allowed to have more unique designs of their choice if they actually prove themselves. This is standard rank and file shit.
Speaking of, what kind of armor are these guys wearing?
Studded leather.
Are any of them my size?
The one Darren put a knife through his face is a little bit bigger than you. But I mean, leather armor usually has straps, so shouldn't take long to adjust it to fit you anyway.
Cool, I'm gonna steal that armor.
Yeah, that's fine. So that's like a minute, I think, to don armor. Let me check. Don. Yeah, getting into light armor is a minute,
Cool.
and it'll be a minute to take him out of it, especially because he's dead.
Fine.
So,
I'll take that time.
I mean, it's 2 minutes, barely anything.
Yeah, so. Right. I
so
have armor again.
So, do any of you ask him anything else?
Where is the location of the base where you came from?
Like I said, it's down south.
That's very specific.
I mean, if you know about the human trafficking, I feel like you should have an idea of where it should be.
Hmm.
Or is your intelligence not that strong?
That's irrelevant. Regardless, how many comrades do you have located at that base?
They don't tell us that kind of stuff.
Who's
People
your
constantly-
commanding? Who's your
people
commanding
constantly-
officer?
My commanding officer. Well, there's actually 2 of them at the moment. There's Colgan, who, if you're the guys I think you are, that you should be, was the CO of Bo Vetman's branch. You know, the one who took Rua's arm.
Yeah, those fuckers.
And, who's the other guy? Out of character, this is me actually checking my notes. One
That's fine.
second.
Take
Is,
your
you
time,
know,
dude.
A lot of names to keep track of. Oh, and Corwin.
Trying to remember that guy.
You've not
I
met
know it.
Corwin before.
We haven't?
You don't recognize the name. I mean, you know it's the name of one of the members of the Wildcards, but to be fair,
Yeah,
all the high-ranking members of this cult seem to be named after those people.
Corwin Star Meadow, yeah.
Yeah, Corwin Starmeadow, the halfling wizard of the group. He's also the namesake is also the ancestor of Mikhail Starmeadow. You know, the one from Power.
Yeah.
And also Michelle Starmeadow from Centralis.
Oh, I've got a question. Do any of you guys have any ink on you?
No. Why would we carry that?
I don't know. Write orders.
No, we don't need that.
It was worth asking.
I'm just gonna get rid of the turn order because I'm gonna be real, you guys. Nothing else is gonna come in to start a brawl unless you cause it to happen.
Hmm.
So, what do we do with this guy?
Well, I'll let you guys decide since last time I tried doing anything, you guys got mad, so...
You
If
did
look-
kind of kill the guy last
Give
time.
me a perception check, all of you, actually. Okay. Yeah. You're all passing so far. Seamus?
Fail. Fail.
Dylan.
Damn. You actually rolled well.
Ye
Yep.
of little faith.
Pass. All of you can tell, this man's probably like not even 18.
You're but a wee lad.
Just thought I'd bring that to your attention.
Seamus, do you have sending?
Seamus,
¿Qué pasó?
Do you have sending?
I do have sending, yes. What should I send?
Good question. What should he send, guys? What do you want him to do?
We should probably let Kuro know.
Yeah. I just don't especially want to leave this guy, you know, walking around to, you know, get us from behind.
So this is our prisoner that we're gonna plan on passing off to the guards, so we need to let Kuro know so he can come pick him up.
Yeah.
I mean, my colleagues are dead. If you take all of my gear, I have nothing on my person. You can even check.
We're not going to loot you. We're only going to loot the dead bodies.
What I'm saying is, you could take all my stuff, and I wouldn't be able to stab you in the back at all. I can't even cast magic.
Yeah, but we wouldn't. Oh, yeah.
Is he lying when he says that?
Give me another insight. Because I'd say, you know. I mean, he's clearly willing to let you check his person, and, like, he doesn't seem to be telling a lie. He doesn't look like he's equipped to cast magic, either. Like, he doesn't have anything like a casting focus on him, for one. So even if he could cast magic, there's no means for him to do so. Like, he doesn't even have, like, say, a pouch where one might have components. Like, he's not going to have bat guano on him, for example. Because, fun fact, you need bat guano or sulfur to cast fireball as a component.
And even if he can't stab us in the back now, you know, leaving a cult of the Tarask member free just seems wrong.
If I go back, they'll probably kill me or experiment on me to make me more useful. Why would I want to go back?
Where are you from?
Why would you want to join in the first place?
I was born into it, you fucking idiot.
Oh, no need to be rude.
Now.
I'm annoyed because it's a stupid question. Do you think I really had a choice? Do you think any of us have a choice? We're born into it. Do you really think I love living underground? Knowing that if I step foot in the town, I'll be fucking lynched?
Living underground doesn't seem very fun.
Yeah, it isn't. It's a luxury to see the sun. Now are you guys happy?
No, not really.
Yeah, I got an arrow in the leg.
At least it wasn't in your knee.
Might not have been able to keep adventuring then.
Yeah, exactly. But yes, we will take you prisoner and we will confiscate all your weapons.
Fine by me.
And other items.
Fine. Yeah, he basically spreads his arms so he can, like, frisk and check his stuff.
Better than dying, after all.
So in total, if you want to, like, drop a party loot thing, I'll put it in the party loot document. I'll type up what you actually get. there you are.
Is that just from him,
Three
or is
quivers
that from
with 20
the...
arrows each, or
Yeah, each. That's what you find across all three of them,
Okay.
and then three. One of them does actually have heavy armor, but the other two have light armor. Let me check the exact heavy armor. Although I believe Aldane has the best heavy armor he could need anyway.
Yeah.
But you know, it's a matter of just knowing what there actually is anyway. Heavy armor, heavy armor. Oh wait, that's magical armor. That isn't what I need. It sort of turns out he has dwarven plate. Jeez, imagine. Let me find it. Like, oh, where the fuck is it? Oh, here we go. Heavy armor. The one with the heavy, excuse me, the one with the heavy armor has chainmail. So yeah, nothing special. Yeah. So technically, it depends. Are you taking the armor off the guy that you're taking prisoner?
What does he have? Studded leather?
Yeah.
Darren, Seamus, do you need armor?
Yes, please.
yeah?
Go nuts then.
He sighs and spends the minute taking off his armor.
What kind of armor is it?
Studded leather.
I just
You
said
just said
it's
that.
studded leather.
Oh, I have glamored studded leather, so I think that's better anyway.
You don't have it on you unless you stored it in the bag of holding. Did you?
Did I? I think I did. Yeah.
There you go, check.
It's not in the pins.
No, it is actually.
Probably should.
Also in the bag, figurines and glamour studded leather armor, to be fair.
Yes, that was it. Yeah, so yeah, you would have had glamored studded.
Yeah.
No problem then. No problemo. So yeah, only Darren would need it then, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, so Darren, you have now studded leather armor. So the only other thing left is chainmail. If any of you guys, you might as well take it back.
Yeah, we can put it in the bag.
But otherwise, yeah, that's what you get. So, are you letting Kuro know about this then?
Yeah. What should I put in the sending? What are you guys recommending?
Ran into cult members, took one prisoner, and our distance.
Well, we should also mention that, you know, they're the traffickers, and we've got a vague location for them.
Yep.
Okay.
I mean, he's not. He's deliberately withheld telling you, but
We know it's vaguely south.
I mean, you knew that anyway.
Could have been southeast or southwest,
So
but no, it's south.
What I got so far is ran into cult members involved in trafficking, beat them, and took one prisoner. What else should I include? Location?
As close as you can get, yeah.
So southwest of Turam's Tower. By about how much?
Well, you're about like here.
So that would be what? 30, 40 miles?
Not even that.
Like 3 days. 3 days travel or so.
Like still like 80 miles.
Okay.
Oh, so that's longer. So how many days of travel is that? Like a week?
It's 80 miles is 4 days and 2 hours. of 8 hours a day walking.
Should we say we're gonna tie him to a tree or something, or gonna leave him?
Let's not leave him. That'd be a bit fucked up. Let's just take him.
Should we say we're transporting him to Centralis?
Yes.
Should we
We
take
can turn
him?
him over.
Like, he's gonna be a burden on our food resources.
Hmm.
I can
But we're only
actually
like a day and a half away from Centralis at this rate.
I can actually hunt, you know.
Then you'll be okay out here on your own.
Without
If
any of your
what?
tools.
Yeah, I meant if I had a bow. And besides, you could just. Oh, whatever.
I'm at 23 words. So what I got so far is ran into cult members involved in trafficking, beat them and took one prisoner about 80 miles northwest of Centralis, transporting him there.
Are you taking him with you, or are you leaving him?
Or should I just say please advise at the end here?
I don't think we
Please
should.
advise, yeah.
Yeah. Unless Kuro actually tells us to, I don't think we should take him with us. Like, again, we're struggling enough for food for 5 people, let alone a 6th, and he's only going to be a liability if and when we do come across the cult of the Trask again.
True. Screw it. Let's
You know what? I think it'd be a really annoying way to like nerf. What's it called? Sending. If contractions counted as 2 words.
Oh, that would be
that'd
terrible.
Terrible.
that'd
And-
be evil.
Or so either one or both. If a word has too many, if a word has so many letters, like too many letters, it counts as more than 1 word.
That would also be awful.
Because I'm using the word inconveniencing. If it's no inconvenience. But I think the contractions thing is worse because that's really annoying.
Contractions are the only reason I get through my messages.
I am doing that right now, but that's mostly because I'm also being lazy. Dead. Ring. So how many is that already? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. Okay.
All right. So what's Kuro gonna respond with here?
The One Piece is real. The One Piece is real.
Can we get much higher?
And then you get a mental image of Whitebeard with his cock out. No. Did the
That was a trend I really didn't need to know about.
You hadn't heard about it before?
What is the context for it, even?
I had heard
don't
about it
know.
before. I was saying I didn't need to know about it to begin with.
Oh, tough.
What?
Apparently, there's some sort
Yeah.
of trend of people sending pictures of Whitebeard.
It's an edit of him with his cock out.
Yeah,
Yep.
Oh, weird.
yeah. I don't understand it, and I didn't need to know about it. I didn't need it to exist.
I guess we're here now, but yeah.
Yep.
Let me count that again. 2, 8, 9, 10, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24. There you go.
I feel like bringing him would inconvenience us.
That's fair. Alright. We could do a compromise and bring him halfway there and just leave him at a midway point.
Or we could just let him go and live his life if he hates the cult of the Tarrasque so much.
Where's the nearest village? Still Centralis.
Probably Venari, and they wouldn't take him in.
Nope.
Well, I don't want
Again,
to burn another sending to send something back to him, so
No, you
Again,
wouldn't burn it, would
if
you?
me being an inconvenience is a problem, I can hunt. I know how to hunt with a bow. I can get game. I can catch game. You can just choose to let me have a certain number of arrows. So even if I did turn you, I'd only have, say, one of that arrow on my person.
That seems legitimate. 2 arrows.
I mean, I only need to ever shoot a deer once to kill it. The second time would be as if there was another deer.
What do you think?
I'll leave it up to you guys. I've said my piece. Felix walks away.
Just walks away.
We'll take you with us for now. Any objections, Dairon? Seamus?
I just make sure the dagger is very close to his neck and just say, try something and this happened. Okay?
Yeah, I get it. You're not impressing anyone.
Look, if you hate the cult as much as the rest of us, then we won't have any issues. We're gonna have here just very unsatisfied with your employment there.
Sometimes we can't choose what we're born into now, can we?
True.
I mean, I'm sure you wouldn't wish to be born with that haircut if you had a choice. He grinned.
Are you trying to me to leave you behind? Because I will do so.
Wow, you can't take a joke. My apologies.
Shall we continue then?
Yep.
Daylight's dying. Go.
None of you even asked his name.
What is your name, by the way?
Oh, thank you. I was wondering when you'd get around to that.
Well, we weren't sure if we were going to leave you behind or not, so it didn't seem like it was relevant to ask until now.
Or if I was gonna just stab you in the neck, so,
I mean, there is no need to know the names of the people you kill. My name, good question. It is. Let me find. I mean, I'm gonna have to make up.
I love how you prompt us to ask his name and you don't know it.
Yeah, because it's more just that you're being like you are, and then it's oh yeah, taking him, and then I'm mostly being a shit. It's just funny. Names. Names, in fact.
Names upon names upon names.
Ugh, what is this? I'm looking for D&D names and they're all like Rashemi names, Milan names, Damaran names, Iluska names. Like, just have Kyle.
Is his
It's
name
fine.
Kyle?
No, it's not going to be.
It'd be funny if it was Kyle.
I know what I can do. I can do my trusty resource behind the name.
My name is Chad.
Please, God, no.
No, he's actually called Jordan. His brother's Chad. The naming thing is that they're both after countries.
There's one of their siblings or cousins named Turkey, and another
No.
one named
No. I mean, Jordan and Chad are actual like country names, and they actually sound like, well, they are people names anyway.
Yeah, sure.
What a way for me to derail my own campaign.
Yeah, this is your fault, dude.
It's fine. Here it is.
Makes it easier on you. We can still just leave him behind and not have to learn his
No,
name.
no. I mean, it's the moral thing to take him in anyway. I'm not going to begrudge you for taking the high path. I was going to name him. I was going to give him the name Kennedy, and you'll understand why I didn't because of his first name.
John.
No, his full name is Kennedy Kennedy. That's what the JF in JFK means, right?
Yep.
I do not believe.
Kennedy.
That's exactly
No.
what it stands for.
You know, like Michael Jekyll Fox. You know, George Martin.
No, George Martin.
You know, like jowling, growling. You know, like jowling, cowling, growling.
Ugh, don't mention the Turf Supreme.
Right, yeah, here
Good
it
old
is.
Turf Lord McGee.
Leon Truman is my name.
I'm just gonna insight that real quick.
Why would he have any reason to lie about his name?
I don't fucking know. I don't trust anyone.
His name is Truman. He can't tell a lie.
Oh, if only that were the way it worked.
But yeah, that's his name.
Right, let's keep moving. We have a river to get to.
So, you take him along, and yet you continue walking, basically. What's it called? You continue along, and as you do, you eventually get to the point where you reach a break point. You know, where you can actually take a break.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, can we... Is it a good place to stop for now?
I was going to say, as you take a break and you sort of just sit down, I'm going to call this a session. So yeah, you've got I say a stowaway. You know, you've got someone who is a tag along.
You got a prisoner. Oh, God.
There we go.
Last year.
Yeah, you've got a prisoner. You've technically got two prisoners because I mean, Tora is a criminal, like an actual convicted criminal.
Once again, I got the title completely wrong because I keep thinking we're going to be entering the underground soon, but we're not.
Bro, you're not even halfway.
Yeah, I thought we'd be moving quicker, but apparently not.
I would like to, but it would like ruin a lot of the like midpoints of just traveling and.
No, I'm not saying I'm upset with it. I'm just saying that I
Good.
expected us to like have reached it by now. But it's fine that we haven't. I'll, try and plan accordingly the next time.
You're
Which-
making friends with Tora. You learn, you actually appreciating what adventurers do.
Yeah. But the next session will not be next week.
Yes, we're going to be sacrificing a child. That's why we can't.
Well, I mean, Jack and I are going to be playing Deathloop. It's up to y'all to do what you want in your free time.
I mean, I'm going to say because it's October, and this would have been the time when I do the Halloween special.
I mean, that's kind of what we're doing when I'm back, so.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is going to be a long break. Because once we do come back on the... Just check what it is, 23rd. Are we going to be starting the Blades in the Dark then?
Yes.
Okay. That's going to be a fun time then.
Mm-hmm.
Especially considering how many references Gen has packed in.
Should be fun.
So thank you everybody for watching. Hopefully you've enjoyed. In terms of closer future stuff, Tuesday, Jack and I will be entering the Hall of Forest in Persona 4 Golden. That's going to be hell. I'm not even going to try and pretend it's not. Thursday might well be our final Ace Attorney stream, as we are nearing the tail end of Case 5 of Trials and Tribulations. Hopefully the whole twin stuff won't confuse me more than I already am. Saturday will be the summer anime wrap-up. That's going to be a long one, because we're also going to be obviously doing the awards, which is always fun, to be fair, but does take a while. And then next Sunday, as I said, Jack and I will be back with Deathloop for the next 2 weeks on Sundays. That's going to be fun. Deathloop is a pretty fun game. So otherwise, again, thank you everybody for watching. Please do give us a follow here on Twitch and on Twitter at Storytime_net. And otherwise, we hope to see you on Tuesday for more Persona 4 Golden. Good night.
Later.
All right.